Colectco for what day is this? Wednesday? Wednesday's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. I need to put away my stuff here. Put that in my pocket. It's my pocket. Yes. Shouldn't have a wait list on Black Sabbath Paranoid. Alright. Who's the first comment? Craig. Who would have thought it? Buy it now, the entire Japanese bin. Whoa. That'd be a lot. Plus, we don't buy it now Japanese. We auction Japanese pressings. But I get what you're trying to say. You want them. That's what I'm translating that to. You'll take them. All right, we're still getting a few things up here. Let me I still got my jacket on, but it is cold outside. It's a very damp cold too. Very, just like you need to go take a nap cold. I woke up way too early today. Very little sleep again. I do need one of my caffeine pills. Where are they? There they are. Or B12. B12 sounds a lot better than caffeine. Arsenal. I don't know what these are, but they work. I don't know what they put in them. Probably don't want to know, yeah. Tanner says I don't want to know. What did I do with my bottle of water now? I think I was drinking Dasani. Oh, that is it. Thank you. All right. Let's go through something. The agenda is to sell records. Let's see here. Let me get this shared. Where are we at? Colectco Live. We probably need to go through this crate. We'll probably go through this first crate that's right here of new vinyl, and then I'll show y'all some more new vinyl. And then we'll show vintage stuff. Share, group, boom, boom. And let's do... Let me go to YouTube and get our link here. There we are. We're live. Share, copy link. All right, Instagram. We're almost done, folks. Let's see. How was your record store day? We don't do record store day. We just do Black Friday sales, and we sell an exorbitant amount of stuff. So we don't stock the... We really don't stock the record store day titles, but you know what? I found the other day we could share this to our Facebook story too, which I think some people said they liked. Because it's like they're clicking through stories and they're like, oh, hey, Colectco's live. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm almost there. Can I share this? See ya, Josh. I'll definitely probably text it before then. Okay, trying to figure out how to share this. Oh no, I've lost that. Okay, let me just go to Restream and get this pulled up. Restream chat. Now we're good to go. All right, I'm gonna start showing you some records. We got new vintage arrivals. We got new vinyl. I'll go through this crate, and then we'll get some Japanese auctions going. I think we got a crate of Japanese stuff we've never shown before. If anything, we got some Japanese stuff we can go back through. And, yeah, let's see what we got in here. Maybe some new LPs that you did not know we had in stock. First thing I have is the Now Yearbook, and I think there's another one here. The last couple of Now Yearbooks we have, I think were damaged. I need to pull these out anyway. This is a good reminder for me. This one really isn't damaged. I don't consider that damage, especially since there's 3 LPs jammed in here, but it's one of these just standard sleeves, and there's 3 LPs, so it creases really easily. But these can get quite expensive, and they are quite collectible. That's why they get quite expensive. Now Yearbook 85, we've got just a couple left. This one with the crease corner, and this one has a ding corner. And I said I would discount them a little bit before we send them back, but also just so everybody knows, I sold the 83 and the 82 on Discogs this past week for like $145. So when they all get gone, you'll wish you'd bought these, probably in any condition. So just FYI. But those are $49.99. That's a triple LP compilation of music from 1985. Really good stuff. I'm going to lay those up there just so I don't forget about them. Now, let's see what we have in here. Pearl Jam. This is a live show from 1993. Aladdin, Las Vegas. Really good track list. Even Flow, Once, Jeremy, Deep, Go, Animal, Alive, Rearview Mirror, Porch. You know, that's a selection. That's a 2LP live Pearl Jam show from 1993. $39.99. Retro Class Entertainment and Rydell Martin on Now Entertainment. I'm assuming y'all are okay with the slightly dented corner and the slightly creased corner. If that's okay, I'm going to pass those over to y'all. Put y'all down for those. Do you ever get an 80? I don't know what years they have and have not put out, to be honest. I know we have a pre-order up for another one right now. They're doing like a volume 2 from like 80 to 84, but they're combining a bunch of years together. Rush 2112 back in stock. If you missed that last week, Rush 2112, that's $36.99. I had misplaced this entire crate for about a week. It got mixed in with some of the vintage crates, and I was looking for these because I was also looking for this. Some people had asked, do we still have these? YouTube Pop, which also came back in stock pretty much the same time Rush did. YouTube Pop is $36.99. Rush 2112 is $36.99. Use Your Illusion, Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion. This is a little close. Let me scoot that back. Use Your Illusion Volume 2 is $44.99. Somewhere around here we have Volume 1. I've been trying to keep those together, but we've special ordered them for people, and one volume is selling better than the other. But somewhere I have Volume 1. If you want them as a pair, I still can do that. Last copy of this was a pre-order, and this was my last extra copy. That was a live Pretty Boy Floyd concert, live from the Sunset Strip on splatter vinyl. That was $29.99. Metallica, Master of Puppets. We restock that just about every shipment if they're in stock. Alice in Chains. This is a live broadcast from 1992. We Die Young, Them Bones, Wood, Sick Man. That's a lot of stuff from their first 2 albums. $26.99 for Alice in Chains. Wasp is $36.99. That's a 2LP, new and sealed. A lot of the Wasp stuff came back in stock a couple weeks ago. All That Remains, $28.99. That's a 15th anniversary pressing on Craft Records. Pucifer, Existential Reckoning, $36.99. They got a new album coming out this week. I hope we actually get them. AC/DC, this is live in Johnson City, Tennessee, that is, 1988. 2LP red vinyl, $39.99 for AC/DC. The Breakfast Club is $33.99. And the Rolling Stones Let It Bleed, $34.99. Stones Breakfast Club. We've got Bad Company. This is a live show from 1979, $36.99. And The Cramps, Smell of Female. That is $26.99. Queen, The Miracle, $39.99. That's part of their half-speed mastered catalog. And Goldmember soundtrack on gold vinyl. We have 3 of those. I need to pull mine out because I never have done that. So now we have 2 left. Austin Powers and Goldmember. Lady Gaga is $36.99. America, that is demos and alternate takes, from 71 to 76. That's $26.99. There's another Master of Puppets, Metallica. And this is a Nirvana show from 1999. 1991. California Live, $26.99. Mike Vandergits on the Cramps. I ordered that Cramps record, and I was like, we've had it now for a few weeks. Like, man, as many people ask about the Cramps, there's not many I can get. I'm surprised that was still here. Sell that to Mike. That's sold to Mike. Here's another Wasp. This is I Want to Be Somebody picture disc. That was $34.99. And we have The Breakfast Club, $33.99. $33.99 on The Breakfast Club. Craig has posted 2 important links. Thank you for doing that, Craig. So there's been a couple big pre-order announcements. I actually have a list of other stuff I do need to post really soon before people realize that we may or may not be offering. But probably the biggest announcement, which was yesterday, I don't guess I ever mentioned it live, is Metallica has a new album coming out. If you've missed all that, I've shared the post, their new single, and now I've got the pre-order up. So this is going to be the indie exclusive. There's a lot of different color variants. As you can imagine, there's going to be a Walmart exclusive. There's going to be standard black vinyl. There's a Target exclusive. There's probably a website exclusive. If you're shopping with an independent record store, our variant is purple. I'm just glad they're doing something for us on colored vinyl. If we were just doing black, I probably wouldn't be selling that well. So I'm glad they're at least doing purple vinyl. And yeah, the other big music on vinyl, because this is actually not an easy album to find, or I'll put it this way, they just don't come through too often. It's by no means a rare record, but they're reissuing, Music on Vinyl's reissuing the first Fastway record. They're only making 1,000 of them too on red vinyl, so I've already pre-sold several of those. If anybody wants that, that's in our group. And that's the 2 I've posted. I've got a list of other stuff I've got to post. I got some Rolling Stone stuff. There's some more Music on Vinyl titles coming out here in the next few weeks. So, okay. Cindy said she sold on The Breakfast Club. Did I already pull that? I didn't. That sold to Cindy Twerk on that. John Cougar Mellencamp Scarecrow, $33.99. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, is $31.99. Yeah, if anybody wants to pre-order any of those items I just showed, Craig has shared those links. If you need the link again, let me know, and we'll post that if you're not in our group yet. But that's 2 big pre-order announcements on that. Even more Dazed and Confused. This is Volume 2. Edgar Winter Group, Alice Cooper. Dazed and Confused is $39.99. There's another Breakfast Club. If you missed out on the one we just showed, Tom Petty's Greatest Hits, $36.99. So essentially, I got 2 copies of this in stock. I got to change the price on all of them. One is $49.99, which I ordered as an import. And then right after that, we got more U.S. pressings in that are $36.99. Regardless, or maybe the imports were on sale. Regardless, this album has seen a significant price increase in cost. So you might want to grab them. I'm going to change them all to $36.99. So I'm going to mark the other ones down. But that might be the last batch I can actually get at $36.99. That has seen a price change. Somebody, Wasp Dominator. We had that the other night. Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting all the Wasp titles confused now. But I'll have to check that. I don't think we do right now. Matchbox 20 Exile on Mainstream. That's on silver vinyl, 2LP, $67.99. And there's Wasp Live in the Raw. Wasp, and that one is $46.99. $46.99. Let me reset my feed here. Mike Vandergis also wants Wasp Live in the Raw, and Ken on Breakfast Club. Is that a first purchase from us, Ken? No. Ken's bought from us before. Okay, Ken says he'll take the breakfast. I think that was my last copy. So that was just the first crate I had laying here on the table before I move it and start showing some new vintage arrivals. So tonight we're probably going to do, I'm going to go to the back in just a second and start grabbing some on sale crates. I'm going to go back through some old vintage stuff, and I'm going to show new vintage stuff. We're going to put some stuff on sale, and we're probably going to do a 1-segment show probably to about 9:30. And just so everybody knows, tomorrow night I've got a really kind of premium show planned. I've got a lot of really high-end Japanese stuff put back. Some high-end vintage that y'all have never seen, autographed LPs, etc., etc. So really big scheduled show for tomorrow, plus all the new vinyl. A lot of new vinyl will be in, and we got some big stuff. But tonight I really want to focus on putting some vintage stuff on sale after we go through some new. So one more time, if you missed this crate, we have Pearl Jam, several copies of Rush 2112. We have U2 Pop. We have Guns N' Roses. We have Pretty Boy Floyd, Metallica, Alice in Chains, Wasp, All That Remains, Pussifer, AC/DC, The Rolling Stones, Bad Company, Queen, Goldmember, I can't grab these, Lady Gaga, America, Nirvana, Wasp, John Cougar Mellencamp, Kate Bush, Dazed and Confused, that's Volume 2, Tom Petty, and Matchbox 20. Do you have any Shania Twain? I have no Shania Twain. She has a new album coming out next month, but no. No, right now I have none. The biggest album by her is not available right now. They hadn't pressed it in a while, and the other ones we just don't have. I'll take one more look. Let me look right over here in the T's. Straight, Wall, no. Musgraves, no. Our country section's really shrunk. They're not pressing as much country albums, I don't think, as they used to. That's what I'm seeing. Everything we have is back ordered. Woods Felix wants Pretty Boy Floyd, and Corey Costa said Badlands ? Yes, we got one up for auction. You know what? I'm not even really promoting it because it causes way too many problems. But yes, if you want to buy a copy of Badlands, if you're one of the 8 million people every day who's looking for that record, guess what? You can tune in tomorrow, and we're going to sell one to the highest bidder. It just depends on how high you're willing to go. But yes, we do have a copy of Badlands for auction tomorrow night. What a record. Oh my gosh, there'll be people tuned in just to say Badlands. Everybody wants it. For some reason, almost nobody has it. But such a strange record. New vintage stuff. This is some new vintage stuff. This is a check condition bin that John priced today. This is a new check condition bin that John priced today. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus, $14.99. VG Plus on the vinyl. That's the Cotillion label. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus. Rolling Stones, Out of Our Heads. Strong VG, red label mono. That means this record is very close to VG Plus. Red label mono, that's the Stones, Out of Our Heads, $29.99. The Wild Angels soundtrack is a VG copy, $9.99. The Wild Angels soundtrack, that's a VG copy, $9.99. Pat Benatar, In the Heat of the Night, VG Plus, $9.99. Try to show you the labels on most of these. Pat Benatar is a VG Plus. This is a check condition bin, so that means everything in here we've definitely cleaned and we've put in new sleeves. By the way, remember how I told you I didn't want to ever sell our 2 mil sleeves? I didn't want to sell them. You know why? Because now we're out and I can't get them anymore. And these 4 mil bags are quite expensive, and that's what we're having to put. So I think John is having to use our 3 and 4 mil bags. And everybody who's always wanted to buy 2 mil, that's why I didn't sell those anymore, because now we can't get them. They're all gone. I'm gonna have to start. I can still get them, but they're a lot more than where we were getting them from a wholesaler. So Carol Puckett is first on the Rolling Stones. Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. So if you're buying anything probably from tonight's show on for the rest of the week, you're gonna have some very nice sleeves on all these. We're putting 3 and 4 mil bags on these now. So Billy Thorpe, VG Plus, $14.99. We spend thousands of dollars just sleeving these, putting them out for sale. Sopwith Camel is a VG, $14.99, especially as many records as we put out every day. Sopwith Camel is a VG copy, $14.99. Do you have any Stones mono FFRR pressings? Now, I followed your question up until the FFRR. Trying to figure out what you mean by that. Getz and Gilberto. This is EX 29.99. It's a nice looking record. Stan Jets. No one ever really corrects me on that one. I always say it both ways, about every time. Journey is $14.99. That's a VG copy. 2LP Journey Captured. Captured is a live album by Journey. $14.99. VG copy of that. And REO. REO Speedwagon. What an interesting... Maybe that's just REO. They don't actually mention the word Speedwagon anywhere. Orange Epic Label. VG copy of that. $9.99. David Tate, first on Journey. David Tate, first on Journey. Jacob Miller, Tenement Yard. Wow. VG Plus, $49.99. VG Plus, $49.99. That's interesting. Full frequency range recording. Well, I guess it would kind of be a record by record basis. Is that just some variance of the labels? I think I've seen that written on some, but I usually just call them mono. Pretenders is a VG Plus, $14.99. The Pretenders of VG Plus, $14.99. Jimmy Cliff, a VG copy, $19.99. In Concert, the best of Jimmy Cliff. That's a VG copy, $19.99. Brian says he'll take the REO COW album. Is that what this is called? The Cow album? Certainly looks like a cow. Sell that to Brian Sharkey. Bob Seger, Brand New Morning. Now this isn't easy to get. This is a VG copy for $64.99. That's a 1971 pressing. Bob Seger, Brand New Morning. Wow. A VG copy, 1971, $64.99. Brand New Morning. Now, how many times have you seen this one? You won't see it too often. Homer and Jethro, Strike Back. Homer and Jethro, Strike Back. That's EX, $17.99. Times Square soundtrack. We had this the other night. It didn't sell until I started reading off some of the artists, which this is a VG copy for $14.99. The Pretenders, Susie Quattro, Roxy Music, Gary Newman, The Ramones, Talking Heads, Joe Jackson, Lou Reed, The Cure. That's a VG copy for $14.99. Jill Berry wants Bob Seger. Sell that to Jill Berry. Next is, who do we have here? People Get Ready for Group Therapy. Group Therapy. That's the name of the group. Group Therapy. VG Plus, $19.99. It's on RCA. Never seen that one before. And the New Beats, Run Baby Run. VG Plus, $14.99. The New Beats, Run Baby Run. VG Plus, $14.99. Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holding Company. That is a VG copy for $14.99. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Cheap Thrills. That's a VG copy. Janis Joplin. All the songs from Walt Disney's Pinocchio. That's a VG Plus, $19.99. We sold a lot of Disney records last night. Almost an entire crate full. Pinocchio's a VG Plus, $19.99. King Crimson Lizard. This is a 1970 Presswell pressing. $64.99. This is EX on the vinyl. EX on the vinyl. Nice original copy of King Crimson Lizard. Interesting cover. Riot Live, VG Plus, $19.99. Riot, Red Electra label. Adam Stein on King Crimson and Cindy Twerk on Pinocchio. Adam Stein on King Crimson and Pinocchio sold to Cindy Twerk. Riot. Next record is, wow, John Coltrane, My Favorite Things. John Coltrane, My Favorite Things. SD 1361. This is a VG copy for $14.99. Any good auctions? Yeah, I'm about to go grab our Japanese bin. Yeah, we got some stuff we didn't get to last night, but I think there's some new ones in the office or some stuff we didn't show from the other night. Build Me Up Buttercup, The Foundations. Build Me Up Buttercup is a VG Plus, $14.99. That's on the Uni label. And Soul Message, Richard Groove Holmes. VG Plus, $19.99. Soul Message, Richard Groove Holmes. VG Plus, $19.99. Tanner's brought me at least one crate. There may be some stuff back here I showed late that y'all didn't see. Did y'all see the Gene Simmons and the Rainbow maybe late last night? I'll put those up in just a second. First of all, we got Riot. John Mincemoyer wants the Riot, and Alan Jonathan was first on the John Coltrane. So Riot to John Mincemoyer, Alan Johnson on John Coltrane, and Retro Class Entertainment on, he put Foundations. That's sold to Retro Class Entertainment. Did I show this one? Soul Message, Richard Groove Holmes. That was a VG Plus, $19.99. $19.99 on that. Message from the Status Quo. Pictures of Matchstick Men. See you, Doug. It's deja vu. You're leaving and we're selling. Pictures of Matchstick Men. VG copy for $14.99. I think I've missed a couple questions here. First, we got Foundations. Is Simmons an OG, US, or Japanese? Okay, yeah. Oh, these are the back here. These are Japanese pressings. Give me 1 second. I'll show those. Jesse said, sorry, let me finish this crate. That'll make it a lot easier before I miss a comment. The Janis Joplin is a VG copy. This is all check condition stuff. It is an original Columbia 2i. It's a VG for $14.99. Did you ever get the Archangels self-titled import LP? No, I did not. Wayne Titsworth wants Status Quo. That was right here. That was a VG copy for $14.99. Jeff Wayne had already claimed it. And we have ELO on the third day. Electric Light Orchestra is a VG Plus $14.99. On the third day, VG Plus $14.99. Wayne was in the store earlier. I was in my vehicle for almost like 2 hours on the phone. Wayne was probably here, what, an hour? And I was on the phone for a long time. I've been in the park. I've been here a lot earlier than I normally get here. I've been in my vehicle for like the last 2 hours, mostly talking on the phone to people. So that's usually what I'm doing. It's hard for me to get point A to point B without being on the phone. So, and then I'm on there a long time. So I think I showed this last night. We got late. We were late with some of these Japanese pressings. There wasn't a lot of people watching, and so I'm going to show these again. We have Kiss, Gene Simmons, and I think a lot of people didn't come back for part 2. They fell asleep on me during the break. Kiss, Gene Simmons. This is a Japanese press. Has the Japanese insert and the Casablanca insert. The vinyl is absolutely pristine. The cover's really nice. Has a corner ding here. You know, really nice and Japanese quality cover. And the vinyl's pristine. I mean, as y'all can expect, it is really nice. Gene Simmons is a $45 start. $45 start on the Gene Simmons. That's a Japanese pressing. No obi. Has those 2 inserts with it. And the vinyl is near mint minus. Next comment was Jesse said he will take Cheap Thrills. That is sold to Jesse. And any Fleetwood Mac. No Fleetwood Mac auctions. Now, just like anything, I think there is a Fleetwood Mac album in this crate about to come up. Just like any night, though, there's not a night that goes by where we usually don't show a Fleetwood Mac album. So, yes, and we had I saw that news. 2 people text me about the same time. Somebody messaged me, and I had somebody text me. And they both said, Christine McPhee died. And I was like, whoa. Like, that wasn't one I was like, I didn't, you just, sometimes these, movie stars, musicians, they pass away and you're not expecting certain, like, that wasn't even on my radar. So that was not expected today. So, let's see here. We've got Rainbow. Is a $55 start. This OB is not broken or anything. It's just not on the cover. It's perfectly fine. We just didn't slide it on there. So Rainbow, Long Live Rock and Roll. There is the Japanese insert, which is a 2-page flip. Ronnie James Dio and Rainbow, Richie Blackmore on guitar. This is a $45 start. Excuse me, a $55 start. Yeah, Gene was $45, Rainbow is $55. We didn't get to that one last night. This is a pristine copy, really nice OB2 cover, inserts. That's really, really nice. Rainbow's a $55 start. Kiss is a $45 start. I think we already got bids on two. Let's see. I think we're caught up on everything. So I got a few more records to show in here. Frank Zappa, Apostrophe, VG Plus 1999. The Beatles, 62 to 66. This is a U.S. pressing, EX condition, $44.99. $44.99 EX condition on the vinyl on that one. George Harrison, Dark Horse. That's a VG copy for $14.99. George Harrison, Dark Horse. We've got Elvis, recorded live on stage in Memphis. That is EX $12.99. EX $12.99. And Rumors, Fleetwood Mac. This is a VG Plus $24.99. VG Plus $24.99. Yeah, there's usually, this has the lyric insert with it too. There's usually not a show where we don't have at least one Fleetwood Mac album, or probably a Christine McVie solo album. Mike Vandergent's First to Elvis. And so Rich Bernstein is at 45 on Gene Simmons, and Richard Davis is at 55 on Rainbow. Those are going twice, going 3 times. Let me read through these titles one more time before I grab a new crate. I've got Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus, the Wild Angels soundtrack, Pat Benatar, Billy Thorpe, Sop with Camel, Stan Getz and Gilberto, Jacob Miller, Tenement Yard, The Pretenders, Jimmy Cliff, Homer and Jethro, Times Square, People Get Ready for Group Therapy, The New Beats, Richard Groove Holmes, ELO, Frank Zappa, The Beatles, George Harrison, and Fleetwood Mac. Think about how many people have listened to Christine McVie's songs since whenever she got started. Let's say early 70s, but technically late 60s, probably earlier than that. But especially in the Fleetwood Mac era, she's reached a lot of people. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and go through. Let me see what we have in here. Okay. Let me step to the back. Give me a 30-second, or probably less than that. Let me grab a crate. I want to go through some on-sale stuff tonight, and I'll see if I can find some new Japanese stuff that hadn't been put up for auction yet. If not, we'll just continue with this stuff. Grab this crate, though. Doing some half-off vintage stuff from a lot of collections. I think y'all are familiar with the collection names by now, like Atlanta and Pennsylvania. The Atlanta stuff's pretty new, but I think we have a lot of stuff from the Pennsylvania collections mostly. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of stuff from Pennsylvania collection. Good records. What we're going to do is I'm going to go through them, and this is going to be kind of probably the first opportunity. This is going to be the first opportunity that I've probably ever discounted any of these. Paul Brothers wants the Times Square. And let me find that. That was out of this. Is that still in there? It is. So Paul Brothers gets Times Square. And let's go ahead and sell these 2 Japanese pressings. Richard Davis gets Rainbow Tanner. That's $55. And Rich Bernstein gets Kiss Gene Simmons solo album for $45. So this crate's going to be a buy it now best offer. I do have a couple more things we can put up, though, that I don't think we got to last night, or that we got too late. which was Toto and Van Halen. This is Toto self-titled, near mint with inserts. That's a $35 start. And Van Halen 1984, no obi on this one, near mint, also with a Japanese insert. That's a $45 start. So we have Toto and we have Van Halen. I think the Doobie Brothers Live sold. Yep, it's gone. So these records here, very simple. Buy it now, or you can make a very fair offer, and I'm probably going to sell them to you. Walt Disney's Fox and the Hound, $29.99. Some of these I'm like, how did they not? This is probably going to be a prime example of a crate that's like, how did it not sell? Because I think this was a night we probably had really good stuff that we didn't get around to, or maybe we showed it really late. Mr. Ed, the Talking Horse, original TV soundtrack, $34.99. This is on the Colpix label. Fox and the Hound, Mr. Ed. David Blue, These 23 Days in September, is $29.99. David Blue, These 23 Days in September. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. That's a 2LP live Neil Young album, $39.99. Look at there. Christine McVie. This is a not planned either. Just, I told you, there's usually one of her solo albums or Fleetwood Mac albums are in just about every crate. $19.99. I just grabbed that out of a stack in the back. The Art of Noise, Invisible Silence, $19.99. The Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, $34.99 for the Rolling Stones, Tattoo You. That's a nice copy. I don't know if we've ever shown this crate before. There's some really good records in here. Babe Ruth, The Legend Comes to Life. I don't remember this either. 29, it says that's from September. Maybe. September of, what week was that? 13th. I can't keep up with tomorrow or yesterday, much less. I can't keep up with tomorrow either. That is sealed, $29.99. Hookfoot Communication, that is $19.99. Hookfoot Communication. And the Humble Bums, Open Up the Door, that is sealed, $39.99. Okay, Cindy wants the Fox and the Hound. Debbie Blair on CM. Christine McVie. Sherry Darnell was second. Greg Preston was third. How's the spine look on Neil Young? Excuse me. It's not bad. I mean, it does have some shelf wear. It's not majorly damaged. It does have some light ring wear here. Stones, Art of Noise, Babe Ruth. There's another Rolling Stones. Get Your Yah-Yahs Out. That is $34.99. Let's see what label this is. This is the Rolling Stones Blue London Stereo label. That's $34.99. Running, Jumping, Standing Still, Spider John Corner and Willie Murphy. That is $34.99. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney, $24.99. Bare Wires, John Mayall's Blues Breakers. Well, that's in good shape. Bare Wires. That is $29.99. The English Congregation. Jezreel, maybe. $14.99. And Delicious Together, Betty Everett and Jerry Butler. Contains the smash hit Let It Be Me. That's on VJ, $29.99. That's in nice condition too. The Jay Giles Band, Morning After. That's in shrink wrap, $24.99. If you're just hopping on, we're going through a crate, I think, from, looks like September. And everything is a buy it now or best offer. I have two auctions I'm about to pull if nobody wants them. We have a Van Halen Japanese pressing of 1984. People's always asking for, do you have an original 1984? This is of not only an original or a vintage copy, however you want to word that, but it's also a really good sounding one. Same thing for Toto, self-titled. That's a $35 start. I'm about to pull those and make them buy it nows if there's no bids, and then you can buy it now for the opening bid. Nielsen, The Point, is $29.99. This has the booklet with it. Harry Nielsen. Has this booklet insert that originally came with it. What's the condition on John Corner running jumping? Let me take a look at that. Nielsen, that is $29.99. Let's see. That was this record right here. Let's take a look at it. I don't have any condition notes on it. The cover is about VG Plus. It looks like it has a punch hole in it. It's really nice. I mean, just nothing really wrong with it on the vinyl. Almost no marks, if any. One scuff there. Red electro label. This is $34.99. Bob Riger said, would I take 25 for the Stones? Are you referring to the live one or Tattoo You? There's a couple in here actually right now, Bob. There's the live album, Get Your Yayas Out, and there's Tattoo You. Which one on those? And then I'll give you my answer, which is probably going to be yes. We got to Barbara McNair, I Enjoy Being a Girl. That is $14.99. The Yellow Pages, Volume 1. That's also on Uni. The Yellow Pages, $34.99. And we have ABBA, The Visitors. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. In shrink, original inner sleeve, and near mint. Tattoo You, $25. All right, sold. Sell that to Bob Riger for $25. Bob Riger, you're going to get that for $25. And John is going to get Running, Jumping, Standing Still for $28. This is sold to Kyle Morgan, not John. John made another offer. John also offered $25 for Stones, Get Your Yayas Out. That's also sold for $25. See how easy that is? Those guys just threw an offer out there and I took it. That's how easy it is. Turf Darts. Some of these artists, I don't know what it is though. In shrink wrap, $34.99. Some nice records. I can tell you from the sleeves and the titles and the shrink wrap and the hot stickers, these are from the Pennsylvania collection. Renaissance Timeline, $9.99 for Renaissance. And John Lewis and Sacha Distel. That is $99.99. That's a 1957 Deep Groove mono. Wow. Afternoon in Paris. John Lewis and Sacha Distel. Afternoon in Paris. I need to keep that out. That's a quote high-end record. I keep those behind the counter. The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Alive. Wow. $29.99. Don't see this one too often. It's on the Liberty label. And we've got Bill Haley's Greatest Hits. $14.99 for Bill Haley's Greatest Hits. MCA pressing, Cloud Sky label. You found the vocal group. Greatest Hits of the Era Part 2. The vocal group. I think this is a compilation of stuff such as the Five Satins and the Impressions and the Blue Jays and the Del Vikings. That's $19.99. And Procol Harum, A Salty Dog. I can't believe that's still available. $19.99. I'm not for sure if we ever went through this crate, to be honest. Roy Orbison, Laminar Flow. That is $19.99 for Roy Orbison. And Dobie Gray, Drift Away. That's the one that has Give Me the Beat Boys and Free My Soul. That's a nice copy. Original press, $24.99. And England Rocks Volume 2. England Rocks compilation. The Hollies, the Tremolos, David Essex. That's $14.99. And England Rocks Volume 3s is $14.99. Is it me or is the camera too close? Can't see the whole album. Maybe not. I'm trying my best. Guy Goodman on Procol Harum. I think I'm keeping it in frame. Sometimes I'm not even looking.
So, make sure I got the Stones right. Bob Riger got...
Yep, 25. Yeah. 25 on that. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those are best offers. Okay. Guy Goodman gets Procol Harum. So here's how I'm going to do these. I think this is the second time I've put these up, so no bids. If anybody wants to make any offers on these before I put them away, that's Van Halen 1984. It's a Japanese pressing. It is near mint with insert, and same thing for Toto. Now, I kind of already reduced these I kind of already reduced these thinking I'm, putting them up for auction based on what we would sticker them. But, so that tells you I'm already kind of discounting them in my opinion, but I am flexible. So, see, I have 2 offers and now they're both sold. We're going to sell Van Halen to Marco for $40, and we're going to sell Doug White Toto for $29.99. Those are both sold. Let me grab 2 more then. Sometimes you can even throw something out there for the opening bid, and I'll be like, okay, we'll go ahead and run that. Right, Tanner? Sell it. Here's 2 I didn't get to, I don't think, at all last night. I didn't even put them up. I think we showed them for a buy it now. We have Sticks. Kilroy was here. This is going to be a $35 start. Japanese pressing. Sticks. Kilroy was here. There is the Japanese book insert for it. And the vinyl on this one, I don't think it could get any nicer. This is a $35 start on Sticks. Kilroy was here. And we have a Monkees LP. Guy Goodman, what's the price on the Procol Harum on the bottom? I think $19.99. $19.99, Guy. $19.99. And we have the Monkees Instant Replay. We'll keep it simple. This one's also a $35 start. Once again, I don't think the vinyl could get any nicer. There's the lyric insert. Cover has some of those foxing spots on it. VG Plus because of that. Has the Obi. The Monkees is also a $35 start. So $35 and $35 starts on those. Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes. Marriage on the Rocks. Rock Bottom. $24.99. The Fabulous Thunderbirds. Tough Enough. $19.99. Joe Cocker is $19.99. And Marshall Tucker Band Dedicated. $14.99. Marshall Tucker Band Dedicated. $14.99. Now, if you're just hopping on before I get any deeper into this crate, I just shared the Wi-Fi with somebody. Okay. Before I get any deeper into this crate, this is a buy it now best offer. Okay. Ray Manzarek, the Golden Scarab. That is $29.99. Ray Manzarek from The Doors. Lydia and Pence, Code Blood. That is $19.99. R. Dean Taylor. This is sealed from 1970, $29.99. It has the hype sticker. Actually, I think that's actually part of the cover. That's actually, it looks like a sticker, but it's actually on the cover. Indiana Wants Me. That is sealed, $29.99. Magic Christian Music by Badfinger, $34.99. And Kaz and Kant Super Circus, $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. And Brewer and Shipley is $19.99. Kyle says England Rocks bundle, $22. Sell those to Kyle Morgan for $22. Gantz Again is $19.99. John Lennon, Milk and Honey, is $24.99. Pete Townsend Scoop is $29.99. Pete Townsend White City is $19.99. And Toto Hydra, it is $19.99. These are like unplayed. The stuff from Pennsylvania. I think he just kept buying, and kept buying. The Best of Buffalo Springfield is $34.99. He kept buying upgrade and upgrade. That's why there was duplicate copies. Like this is pristine. The Best of Buffalo Springfield, $34.99. Guy Goodman said he would give $25 on Magic Christian Music. Let me take a look at that. Man, these are usually like instant sellers. Let's go ahead and sell that to Guy Goodman for $25. Adam Stein on John Lennon. Where is that at? Right here. Well, this looks nice too. We'll sell that to Adam Stein. And Mark Fallon said he would give 10 for Pete Townsend's. I think we had a copy of that the other night for $14.99. I sold for 10, so I'll say that Mark Fallon for $10. Where did we get to? There's Pete Townsend Scoop, $29.99. Toto, I've already showed that. The Birds, Mr. Tambourine Band. This is a 70s press. It is in shrink wrap, $24.99. It's a second label repress. Really nice copy, though. $24.99 on the Birds, Mr. Tambourine Man. if I can get it in here. There you go. The Beach Boys, Spirit of America, $24.99 for the Beach Boys. Iron Butterfly, heavy. The other night we had I think that was last night, we showed 3 Iron Butterfly albums. They were all different. We didn't have this one. Heavy. That's a nice copy too, $24.99. John Stevens says 23 on Scoot. You got it. Sell that to John Stevens. Let me pause there to make these a buy it now. If anybody wants the Monkeys, 35, instant replay. And Styx, Kilroy Was Here, 35 on that. That's a gatefold. These are all really nice, exceptionally nice copies, especially for the vinyl. Styx is 35, and the Monkeys is 35. I have a feeling somebody wants those. They're just waiting for the right moment to say, Chad, I'll take them. Mike Vandergits wants Styx. They're just waiting for the buy it now. I think some people's like, if I really want this, I'll bid on it. That way I don't miss it in the buy it now. And then some people's like, I'm just going to wait for the buy it now, or maybe the best offer, so I might can get a little bit cheaper. So I guess that's the risk of how we do our auctions. Usually somebody for sure wants, you'll see them bid on it right away. And that usually tells me they're going to end up with it. That's going to be sold to Mike for 35. Then we had 2 other people offer 29 and 28. Mike was in first. He said he'll take it. Where did I get to here? I showed the Beach Boys, Iron Butterfly. 10 years after is $19.99. And we have another 10 years after. It's also $19.99. Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band, $26.99. Bo Diddley, Where It All Began, $34.99. Blood Rock 2, $29.99. Like I said, I think we sold one of these the other night. This one has DOA on it. Blood Rock 2, $29.99. And The Rascal Greatest Hits. The Rascal's Greatest Hits, $24.99. What a nice copy. Now, I like their music. $24.99. So, no buyers on the Monkeys. Let me grab 2 other records back here. I don't think we got to last night. Was there any backups on the Van Halen? I've got another Japanese Van Halen. But let me show these. We have REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. This is a near mint Japanese pressing. This one is a $35 start as well. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Pristine Japanese pressing. Insert Obi. Near mint vinyl. And then we have another Van Halen, no Obi. This one is also a $45 start. Fair Warning. Van Halen, Fair Warning. Edward Van Halen. And others. Guy Goodman on the Rascals. Sell that to Guy Goodman. And we have The Best of Mountain featuring Leslie West and Felix Paparotti, which he was mentioned as being a producer the other night. This is a VG Plus, $14.99. This one opens weird. It opens from the left side. But that's a VG Plus, $14.99. Mississippi Queen. Calvin Ward is in on REO Speedwagon at $35. Family, Bandstand. Family is $24.99. The one that's shaped like a, well, it looks like a radio, but I guess that is a TV. Yeah. $24.99 for Family, Bandstand. John Baldry, Everything Stops for Tea. John Baldry is $24.99. Mountain Avalanche. This one's a near mint one, $24.99. They got some good music. That's an original press. Columbia Windfall, $24.99. The Move, Split Ends, $19.99. Definitely What, Brian Auger and Trinity, $24.99. Tommy Bolin, Teaser, $24.99. Wooly Bully, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. That is $29.99. Wow, what a nice copy. Pennsylvania stuff. Yeah, this is still September. Focus, Moving Waves is $19.99. Down Memory Lane, the Orleans. That is a 1963 mono press, $24.99. What another nice, really nice copy. Joe Sloop on Tommy Bolin. REO is at $35, going twice, going 3 times. So we're going to sell that to Joe. I'm about to sell Calvin REO unless somebody bids in the next 30 seconds. The Gentrys, Keep on Dancing, $24.99. Cliff Noble's Pony the Horse. Very interesting music here. Very cool label too. Moonshot. Moonshot label. Cliff Noble's Pony the Horse. And the last record in this bin is The Outsiders. And the name of the album is In. It's in shrink wrap. It's an original Capitol mono press. That is $19.99. I'm just going to read through titles on those again. We do have a crate of new vinyl for tonight, don't we? Yeah, right. We have a crate of new vinyl for tonight. Did we pull the Titanics? Is that many left over? Wow, so we got a bunch of Titanics. I must have ordered a bunch. Okay, so let me read through these titles. If you want to make an offer on anything, go ahead. If you need to know the price before you make an offer, feel free to ask me. REO Speedwagon is sold to Calvin Ward for $35. I'm going to put that right there. Calvin, that's now yours. And if anybody wants Van Halen, I was looking for a $45 start bid on that. Or you can throw something. I think I sold the last one for $40 to somebody. Mike Cochran wants Cliff Nobles. The Gentry's is Jimmy Hart from WWF. Wow. Didn't know that. There's Cliff Noble. Sell that to Mike Cochran. Let me read through these titles one more time. We've got Mr. Ed, David Blue, Neil Young, The Art of Noise, Babe Ruth. That's like a spoken word record. Hookfoot, The Humble Bums, Paul McCartney, John Mayall. That was a really nice one. The English Congregation, Betty Everett and Jerry Butler, Jay Giles, Harry Nilsson, Barbara McNair, The Yellow Pages, ABBA, Turf Darts, Renaissance, The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Bill Haley, the vocal group, that's a compilation, Roy Orbison, and Dobie Gray. I'm really surprised no one's bought Dobie Gray yet. Refresh my memory on tracks, Avalanche, and price on Art of Noise. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me start a couple new auctions. I showed these kind of late too. This is one of the last Van Halens I have. And Christopher Cross, I think I said I just wanted a $25 start on that last night. Christopher Cross, technically self-titled. It has Sailing and Ride Like the Wind on it. That's a pristine Japanese pressing. That's a $25 start. And Van Halen, Diver Down. Same thing as the others. It's near mint. No Obi. Near mint vinyl. Inner sleeve. That's a $45 start. 25 and 45. Price on Art of Noise. That was $19.99. Invisible Silence. And it's a gold stamp promo. I'm going to lay that right there. And Guy Goodman needs to know the tracks on Avalanche. That was from Mountain. Guy Goodman. This has Thumbsucker. You Better Believe It. I Love to See You Fly. Back Where I Belong. Last of the Sunshine Days. Side 1 here has Whole Lot of Shaking Going On. Sister Justice. Allison. Swamp Boy and Satisfaction. And that's the Stone Satisfaction. $24.99 on that. Next is Paul Brothers on Dobie Gray. Paul Brothers claimed that. And then David Hilton made an offer. We're going to sell that to Paul Brothers. Mark Fallon said 15 on Woolly Bully. Let's go ahead and sell that to Mark Fallon for $15. Troy Robinson offered 15 on Art of Noise. We're going to go ahead and sell that to Troy Robinson. Chris Wood Sr. offered 15 on Ted Nugent. Let me find that. That was the Ambroid Dukes. I don't think I got to that one yet. Oh, it's coming up next. Sell that to Chris Wood Sr. for 15. Now, Avalanche, he said thanks. He has it, so that's still available if anybody wants it. $24.99, and we do have a $25 bid on Christopher Cross with Troy Robinson. That's going once, going twice. Price on Betty Everett. That was the Jerry Butler, Betty Everett. Have I already shown that one for the second time? I must have. Yep. Delicious Together, $19.99. Kyle Morgan asked about it, and so has Charlie DeFrank. Has the hop sticker on it, $19.99. Fabulous Thunderbirds, Tough Enough, $19.99. Actually, I'm just going to read through these titles. If you want to know the price or make an offer, just let me know. Joe Cocker, Marshall Tucker Band, Ray Manzarek, Lydia and Pence, Code Blood. I would love to sell you anything in here. R. Dean Taylor, Kaz and Kantz, Brewer and Shipley, Gantz Again, Toto, Buffalo Springfield, Mr. Tambourine Man, The Beach Boys, Iron Butterfly, 10 Years After, 10 Years After, Deep Purple, Bo Diddley, Blood Rock 2, The Best of Mountain, Family Bandstand, John Baldry, The Move, Brian Auger, Focus, The Orlons, The Gentrys, and The Outsiders. Kyle said he would give 16 for this. Sell that to Kyle Morgan for 16. My Facebook skipped. What? Christopher Cross. Christopher Cross is his self-titled album. It is near mint. It's pristine. High bid is $25, going twice, going 3 times. I'm about to sell that to Troy unless someone else bids. Let's see. Thirds, $9.99. What was thirds? And I will have to figure that one out. I can't go straight to that. Wayne said he would give 10 for the Super Circus. Sell that to Wayne. Carol said 10 on Best of Mountain. Is that the one that was VG Plus? Yeah, I'll do 10 on that. I thought that one there for a while was $24.99. I was like, I may have my first counter. So I hate to do half off on a near mint mountain compilation, but I will sell that for 10 to Carol. Mark Fallon's in at 26 on Christopher Cross. And the Thunderbirds. That says T-Bird, or was supposed to say T-Birds. We'll go ahead and sell that to Chad for $9.99. Christopher Cross, we now have 3 bidders, and Mark Fallon is the high bidder at $29. If anybody wants to buy Van Halen, so I've got 3 Van Halen Japanese pressings now with no Obi. I've got Diver Down, Fair Warning, and 1984. They're all $45 buy it now. If somebody's interested in all 3, I would discount them even more. And can I see the Move again? You certainly can. Was that Split Ends? Is this the one with Jeff Lynne in it? Yeah. Jeff Lynne from ELO. Look, the first song is Do Ya. I wonder how that sounds compared to the ELO version. This is $19.99. Yeah, it even has it up here featuring Do Ya. Do You Want My Love? I didn't know that was an original version before the ELO, so. Kuda Bryan is back in on Christopher Cross at 33. Scott Smith said sold. Wayne said he would give $24.99 for the Monkees. I'm thinking more like $30, Wayne. I'm thinking more like 30 on that. Mark Fallon is at 34 on Christopher Cross. Does anybody want to see anything else in here, or do you want me to read through them one more time, maybe more slowly? I do have a crate of new vinyl, as in new stuff that Josh unboxed today. I'm going to show it right quick. We always got to show our newest new vinyl. There's a couple of really cool new releases in here that are from Music on Vinyl that there were pre-orders on. Some people are probably curious about that. I posted in the comments most of them last night, so everybody kind of know to expect it on your invoice this week. But let me go through those just in case. Mark Fallon's at 34 on Christopher Cross. That's going once, going twice to Mark Fallon. Kuda Bryan and Troy Robinson, if y'all are out, let me know. And I'm going to put up one more Japanese auction. This is one I was kind of surprised last night didn't get a bid, but I'll put it up one more time. And that is Foreigner 4. It's a pristine Japanese pressing. That is Foreigner 4. That is a $35 start. The 3 Van Halen. We sold 1 copy of 1984, but I still got Diver Down, Fair Warning, and 1984. If anybody wants a bundle deal on those 3, I would knock off some more if you need those 3. You can get them all at once. Bridges to Babylon. We had 2 of these come in yesterday. This is kind of an allocated title. They come in and out, but it sells really well. The Rolling Stones Bridges to Babylon. That is $59.99. I've got 2 of those technically. Minor Threat. This is, I think they call it the singles, the first singles maybe. Yeah, this was originally released in 1981 as 2 7-inch EPs. So that is $28.99. Christopher Cross is at 36 and Foreigner's at 35. We got a battle of prices. Foreigner or Christopher Cross? Which one's going to bring more? And the Cocteau Twins? Heaven or Las Vegas? Josh told me he had these back ordered months ago and they just came back in. So $31.99. I have 3 of them. Boy, Mike was fast. I didn't even get to really show it. He saw the corner of it. $31.99. And this has evidently been back ordered for a long time. So Mike Massey got one of those. Mark Fallon's at 36 on Christopher Cross. And Foreigner's at 35. Those are both going once, going twice. Going once, going twice. 90 for Van Halen bottle. I'm not talking that cheap. I'm talking more like 120 for the three of them. John Stevens and Shane McKinney get these other two. So we'll probably order more of those if anybody wants on the waiting list for that. I'm sure Walt Cruz does. He was the fourth comment, and I only have 3 of them. So if anybody wants on the wait list for that, let me know. Now, I can't quite sell those for 30. So that's the thing. Like, the U.S. pressings shouldn't be as much, but I've been selling U.S. pressings on some classic rock albums for more than Japanese pressings that don't have obies. So I'm trying to understand the logic on that. But maybe it's the obi. The obi, I'm telling y'all, this little strip of paper is like the difference of dozens of dollars. Right, Tanner? Chris Cornell. Had somebody come in the store and they said, you used to have a whole stack of these. What happened to them? And I said, we sold them all. I've got 5 more. Or Josh said, we sold them all. Chris Cornell, his first ever hits collection, $49.99, which is true. It's a 2 LP Chris Cornell compilation. It has tracks from Soundgarden, Temple of the Dog. He has solo work, Audio Slave, etc. Those are $49.99. Walt, we're going to put you down for the wait list for Twins. And for the Cockatoo Twins, we're going to order more of those. If anybody else wants one, let me know. We're going to go ahead and sell this for 30. No, Mark Fallon is in on this. So Darwin, you're out on Foreigner. I didn't really even see that come in. Mark Fallon is in at 36. So Darwin, let me know if you're in or out on this. Mark Fallon's at 36 on Foreigner. And he says he's out on Christopher Cross. So Cuda Brian, you have that for 38, going once, going twice. So now it looks like Foreigner's back in, and Christopher Cross is about to be sold for 38. Chris Cornell, $49.99. I grabbed a few of those. I got one pulled for that lady, and we got 4 left. Black Sabbath Paranoid, $29.99. There's a lot of these in stock. This is kind of like Master of Puppets or anything else. I grab a 1 or 2 every time I put an order in. Paranoid, $29.99. Missy Elliott, Under Construction, $44.99. That's a fairly new release a couple weeks ago. Missy Elliott, $44.99. And this is a new release from Music on Vinyl, Titanic. This is $44.99. The Titanic soundtrack, here's the pre-order for it. David C., Whitney Croy, Sherry Darnell, Matt Hamilton, Alex Roman, Summer Brewington, Joe Willinger, and Paul Brothers. David C., Whitney Croy, Sherry Darnell, Matt Hamilton, Alex Roman, Summer Brewington, Joe Willinger, and Paul Brothers. So I remember posting one of these like a year ago, and I think Music on Vinyl did a pink one, or they canceled it. All I know is they were only going to make 1,000 on pink vinyl. I posted the pre-order, and it was taken down, and I was told, yeah, the demand for this was overwhelming. So I think they canceled it and decided to make one later. If there is a pink one out there, then it's very limited, maybe like 500 or 1,000. But there was evidently, they didn't realize the demand for this. So they changed it, or they waited for the 25th anniversary. So this is the Titanic Original Motion Picture Soundtrack, 25th anniversary of 7,500 copies on smoke-colored vinyl. And it also has the song My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, 8-page booklet, an extra large movie poster, so there's a poster in this, and a replica of the New York Times cover. I'm assuming from the New York Times whenever the news broke that the Titanic had shipped. This is limited and numbered from Music on Vinyl, $44.99. Titanic, $44.99. 2 LP. Mark Fallon is back in on Foreigner at 38. Mark Fallon is in on Foreigner at 38. And Darwin says he's out. And let's sell Christopher Cross for $38. That is sold to Cuda Brian. Remind me of that name, Tanner? Brian White. Brian White, that's Cuda Brian. He gets that for $38. Darwin's out on this. That's going twice, going 3 times to Mark Fowlin for 38. You sure? So all these have been pulled. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got your list right there.
I got a lot of extras. Yes, Alex, there was. David I'm going to try to say his name. I always say David C. David Carasquillo is what Tanner says. Carasquillo. Whitney Croy, Sherry Darnell, Matt Hamilton, Alex Roman, Summer Brewington, Joe Willinger, and Paul Brothers. Those have been pulled. The other was the 60s Collected, Volume 2. Probably tonight after this show or sometime tomorrow, I'm going to be posting the pre-order for the 90s, the zeros, and the 2010s collected. This last week, the 60s and 70s, or excuse me, the 70s and 80s came in last week. Here's the 60s, and tomorrow I'll be posting the pre-order for the 90s, the zeros. I guess that's what you call that decade, the zeros, and the 10s. These are $44.99. The pre-order for that was Jerry Pinnock, Conrad Murak, Alex Roman, Tracy Miller, Walt Cruz, and Jerry Stone. The 60s Collected. Limited edition of 2000 on individually numbered blue vinyl. Cream, The Bird, Santana, Procol Harum, Buffalo Springfield, Joe Cocker, Cat Stevens, Sam Cooke. Wow, they put Buffalo Springfield twice on the hop sticker. I wonder if they realized they'd done that. Aretha Franklin and more. 2 LPs, blue vinyl, and they're numbered on the back. That is $44.99 for the 60s Collected. This is a new release that I did not post a pre-order for. Chet Baker Sings Again. Limited to 1,500 on aquamarine colored vinyl. That is $38.99. Chet Baker Sings Again. That's a new release for music on vinyl. I got 2 of those. I also have Sugar Ray Floored. This is limited to 2,000 on green translucent vinyl. $38.99 for Sugar Ray. $38.99. There was 2 people pre-ordered that one. Dallas Coop and Paul Brothers. Dallas Coop and Paul Brothers on that. Sugar Ray, $38.99. Okay, let's go ahead and sell Foreigner. That's sold to Mark Fowlin for $38. One more time with this crate. Let me see what I have to put up for auction right quick. I need to go grab that other crate. I think I got a Phil Collins in here. I do, and I'll show this other Beatles comp. My wife just counted up the amount of Foreigners for I have and gave me the boot. Wow, you must really like that album. All right, so one more time, this is a crate of new vinyl for tonight. He says, I'll take that and run. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be live at 7 o'clock. We got a lot of stuff to sell. Rolling Stones, $59.99. Minor Threat, $28.99. Chris Cornell, $49.99. Black Sabbath is $29.99. Missy Elliott's $44.99. The Titanic is $44.99. The Titanic soundtrack. The 60s Collected is $44.99. Sherry Darnell wants one of those. We don't have stickers on those, by the way, Tanner, but we do now. $44.99. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. And price on Chet Baker. 60s Collected was $44.99. Chet Baker is $38.99. Chet Baker Sings. That's a new music on vinyl release. And Sugar Ray is $38.99. I got to see Sugar Ray in concert. Open for the Goo Goo Dolls. I've never seen either one. I know what I will be seeing. That's Metallica on their new tour. Whenever they come remotely close to Tennessee, I may go see them 2 or 3 times if they're remotely close. That tour begins about the time the album comes out, I think, in the spring. So, Metallica. They're playing, I'm sure they'll add new dates, but they're not really playing anywhere close to here, so. Yeah, and I'm sure it's not going to be cheap. Probably, what, a general admission floor ticket, $400 or $500 probably. I'd say to get on the floor for this new Metallica tour, a general admission, $400 or $500. Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. This is a pristine Japanese pressing. There's the lyric insert. There's the original inner sleeve. Here is the near mint pristine cover with Obi. Phil Collins. Hello, I must be going. That is a buy it now for that is a starting bid for $35. It may end up being a buy it now. Right now, it's an opening bid for $35. I've got a crate of new vintage stuff. These will be sticker price, but it's new vintage stuff y'all have never seen before. Let me grab those right now. New vintage stuff that I have never shown. I think a lot of this is from the Atlanta collection. So let's take a look at it. Pantera. I think there's Pantera's opening for them, and then there's some, let's see, Greta Van Fleet. I hope I can go to a show where Greta Van Fleet's opening for them again. That would be my ideal opener. They did when I seen them in Atlanta. So just find a record collection. Exactly. Make it a business trip. I'll make sure if I'm going to business expense it, I'll get a backstage pass so they can autograph some stuff so I can sell it. It'll pay for the entire trip. I don't know if they sign stuff, though. Get an OG signed, at least by 3 of them. Okay. The Moody Blues, On the Threshold of a Dream. The Moody Blues is $19.99. That's with booklet. Kenny Wayne Shepherd did come in. We showed those last night. Yes. Moody Blues is $19.99. Frank Virtue and the Virtues Guitar Boogie Shuffle. That is $19.99. Johnny Horton's Greatest Hits, $9.99. It's a butcher cover. Ball Bird. This is $19.99. B period A. It's like abbreviated Ball Bird. That is $19.99. Rodney Crowell, Ain't Living Long Like This. $19.99. Rodney Crowell. Reader's Digest presents Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer, a musical adaptation. $19.99. New Toy. Jean Lovitch. Is that what that says? Or Renee? Who is that? Lene Lovitch, of course. $19.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works Volume 1. $34.99. Mariah Carey, Someday. That's $24.99. Madonna, Causing Commotion in shrink wrap. That's $14.99. Sting, Dream of the Blue Turtles is $19.99. The Ray Beats, Guitar Beat, $19.99. And The Other Side of Life, Moody Blues. That is $14.99. Lena Lovitch. Thank you, Craig. Phil Collins, $35 start. I have another Beatles comp. This one doesn't have an Obi. This one's nice. Really nice cover. Gatefold. Check out these tracks. Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, Sgt. Pepper's, With a Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky, Day in the Life, and All You Need Is Love. That's on one side. That's incredible. I Am the Walrus, Hello Goodbye, Full on the Hill, Magical Mystery Tour, Lady Madonna, Hey Jude. That is a $45 start. It has the Beatles discography book. It also has what I call the lyric book. Then it has the 2 inner sleeves, which also have the lyrics printed on them. And then you get 2 near mint LPs. 2 pristine LPs. That's a $45 start. That's the Beatles 67 to 70. Someone commented on one of our ads that we buy records. They said, I'm looking for a Beatles 67 to 70 pristine. And I invited them to watch our shows. I said, we auction off like 3 every night, Japanese pressings. And I haven't seen them since. So, $45 start on that. Is Mariah Carey a single? I think so. Yes, Someday. I think it's from that album, which is not easy to get. What year is this? 1990. It's probably at least a $75 album, if not more. Okay, so this is all new vintage arrivals. We've got Dave Brubeck, Instant Brubeck, $14.99. CBS, Dockney, is that how you say that? 1986. This is some kind of sampler. $24.99. Take My Breath Away. Final Countdown. Danger Zone. Manic Monday. Spirit in the Sky. It's numbered too. That's very interesting. I don't know what this is. It's definitely a CBS sampler of some sort. Michael Jackson. Billy Joel. Chad Kerfoot's at 45 on the Beatles. I'm going to go ahead and pull Phil Collins. If anybody wants him, it's a $35 buy it now for Phil Collins. Hello, I Must Be Going. I'm going to set Phil off to the side with Van Halen and the Monkees. Van Halen and the Monkees. We have Carpenters, $9.99. Wow. This is, I wonder how nice this is. I may want to keep this. Wow. This is $29.99. You can tell I like something when I get silent, right? The Stax Volt Review, Volume 1, live in London. This is in shrink wrap. It's extremely nice. Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, Carla Thomas, the Marquis, Eddie Floyd, and Booker T and the MGs. $29.99. Everybody's like, uh-oh, Chad's getting quiet. This is something that has slipped through. It just has some scuffs on it. It wouldn't bother me any because these things are usually completely trashed. I mean, they're usually destroyed. Anything like that is just hard to find in that kind of condition. Okay. Kyle, your offer has put me kind of in a bad spot because right after you, Randy says he will take it at full price. So what I'll do is, Kyle, if you want it for $35, it's yours. If you don't want it for $35, I'm going to sell it to Randy. So that's up to you, Kyle. $35 for Phil Collins, or it's Randy's for $35. Chad has the Beatles. Chad Kerfoot has this for $45. Final call. I'm about to sell him that for $45. Okay, next was Guy Goodman on the Stax. Guy Goodman on the Stax. And Guy, I know you're not a fan of scuffs whatsoever. Like I said, they wouldn't bother me. They may, but, you know, it does have like that. And back here on the back, it has this one. And, you know, sometimes, y'all know the record players people used to use where they stacked them and then they dropped. Sometimes you get marks like that from those kind of, if people use those players. But there are several people back up on that. Stax. Guy Goodman was first. Mike was second. And then Adam Stein. That's sold to Guy. Mike Vandergits was second. Adam Stein was third. And then CBS went to Carlene Rollins, this CBS sampler. That went to Carlene Rollins. Next was the Carpenter, Zachary Smith. That went to Zachary Smith. And Cuda Bryan, you were second on CBS. Tommy Flowers first to Stacy. What was that? Oh, Stax. That was an autocorrect. So, Tommy, you were fourth on Stax. That was his next comment. And Kyle Morgan says, give it to Randy. So, the Phil Collins there on the bottom, Tanner, goes to Randy Davis for $35. We can tell you like something when you just break out and say you want to keep something. Yeah. The other night I did. That George Martin record, it came out. And I was like, oh, that's not for sale. Let's go ahead and sell this to Chad Kerfoot for $45. Sometimes I'm like, okay, no one buy this. Which usually when I say that, someone's going to buy it anyway because they're thinking, well, if Chad don't have this and he owns a record store, then that probably means I need to buy it. And I'm usually being, well, not usually, I'm always being truthful when I do that. Cahoots. I think I showed this last night. I'm going to run it one more time. I'm going back through the script. We're selling most of it. The band Cahoots Near Mint Japanese pressing, $35 start. I'm going to try that one again, and I'm going to reduce Saxon. This is no OB Japanese promo. It's EX on the vinyl. I think I said 45. About the best I could do. Let me check something. I'll do $35 start on this. I think last night I said 45. Saxon I'll do for a $35 start. No Obi. It is a Japanese promo. It does have some light sleeve scuffs on it. So 35 on that and 35 on the Cahoots. I try to keep them where they're the same starting bid so I can remember. Okay, back to this crate. some good stuff in here. New vintage arrivals. Chuck Berry is $139.99. I saw the top of it and I was like, wow, that's probably a pretty good record if it's in good condition. $139.99. It is. This is also unusually light. Sky said he'll take it, clean it. Yeah, we'll put it, I'll put it through the cleaner one more time. There's actually a lot of records. Y'all probably see me tell Tanner, Josh, Ed, whoever, set that aside. And usually because I'm looking at a record, I'm like, well, it looks like John may have missed a spot, or I could probably clean that one more time, especially something expensive. You know, you'll hear me say, set that aside, or I don't like the way the sleeve is, or maybe I noticed something on it that I need to check before we ship it. So this is in really good condition. Somebody needs to highly consider buying this. $139.99. Jerry Lee Lewis, I Am What I Am. Now that's one we don't see too often. $9.99, gold stamp promo. Emerson, Lake and Palmer is $34.99. That or Chad will price the title really high so no one buy it, like that Rush. It finally did sell though. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to keep this, but if you want it, it's $500. And usually people are like, okay, I'll take it for $500. So that happens quite often. In Love and Memories with the Jerry Lee Lewis Gospel album, $9.99. I'm not really into collecting sealed stuff, but like a sealed Rush album, I'm like, man, I really don't want to sell this. But I guess if I do, it's $399. And just like the Metallica Black album, I'm like, well, I really don't want to sell this, but here's how much it is, and I think we sold it. Eric Clapton, live on tour. This is in a record store day pressing. Sealed, $47.99. So this is 3 LPs on clear vinyl, originally released as a record store day. Eric Clapton live on tour, One More Car, One More Rider. That is new and sealed, triple LP, $47.99. The Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. Now, as a Moody Blues fan and as a Moody Blues collector, I've yet to find a mono copy. I've had hundreds of these. I may have even had 1,000. I've never seen a mono copy before, but they're out there. Days of Future Past, the Moody Blues. That's $19.99. Of course, I don't know, stereo may sound better for that album. My Way, Frank Sinatra, $14.99. It's just a hard variant to get. Mel Gibson is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, starring Tina Turner, original motion picture soundtrack. This is a 1985 Holland press, $29.99. 1985 Holland press, $29.99. Bing Crosby may have fell over here, so let me go ahead and show them Bing Crosby's greatest hits, and this includes White Christmas. That's cool. That is $14.99. Bing Crosby's greatest hits includes White Christmas. That is $14.99. Days of Future Past. Where did I get to? Sinatra. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome is $34.99. Welcome to the, this one always confuses me. This is Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, $34.99. Zachary Smith said Thunderdome. That was Mel Gibson. We have Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and then we have Thunderdome. Wow, that was confusing. That is sold to Zachary Smith, Thunderdome. Mike Vandergents wants the Eric Clapton, and Sherry Darnell on Bing Crosby. Sherry Darnell on Bing Crosby. Tom Steyer on Frankie Goes to Hollywood. We're on a roll. What's next? Kenny Rogers. Kenny is $9.99. Neil Diamond Gold, recorded live at the Troubadour. So this is like hits, but they're live. $9.99. Tony Joe White. This one has Polk Salad Annie on it. $49.99. This is on the Monument label. $49.99. Three Dog Night, Hard Labor is $19.99. And 20 Great Country Hits. K-Tel. That is a sealed K-Tel. $19.99. Chubby Checker, The Change Has Come. $9.99. Chet Atkins Workshop is $19.99. Me and Chet, Jerry Reed and Chet Atkins, $14.99. Martin Denny, Hawaii Tattoo. $9.99. The only one in there wasn't priced was Bing Crosby. It's $14.99. These are now a buy it now. If anybody wants to buy it now or make an offer, we have Saxon, Japanese pressing, promo copy. I think last night I said 45. I said 35 tonight, and I'm really, really close on that as a buy it now. So Saxon is a $35 buy it now. I'm putting it over here with the Von Hollands. And the band Cahoots is also a $35 buy it now. Really surprised that one hadn't sold. $35 being on that one. Mike Vandergent's first to the Chubby Checker. Mike Vandergent's first on that. Claymore, you were second. What was the Jerry Reed and Chet Atkins price? Chet and Jerry was $14.99. Should be RCA. I think almost everything Chet Atkins is RCA. That's a pristine copy. Orange RCA label. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. $29.99. This is a gold stamp promo. Extremely nice copy. Star Trek II soundtrack. We have Buck Owens. Uh-oh. Buck Owens, you're for me. $9.99. Let's see which Buck Owens collector is watching. Rob Scheffler said he will take the Jerry and Chet. It's usually between Jeff or Tommy. Jeff was first this time. Jeff McIntosh on Buck Owens. Y'all need to just show up one day and fight each other for your collection. That will be the stakes. Get into a ring. We're fighting for each other's Buck Owens collection. Burt Jordan, the K-Tel Country was sealed. $19.99. Looks like a nice cover. That looks like over there somewhere in Defeated or something. The Best of Jerry Lee Lewis, $9.99. Volume 2. Volume 2. Janie C. Riley, The Generation Gap is $9.99. Charlie Rich, Behind Closed Doors, $9.99. $9.99. And we also have Cannonball Adderley, Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. I understand this is like his quintessential album. I know that song. Very good. $19.99. Friday Night Coletco Fights. I don't know if that would be good or not. Tillman said he'll take the Star Trek 2. That's a cool copy, promo copy of that. Would I take 30 for the band? Let me see. What did I say? 35 on that one? I will sell you that for $30. $30. Brian Hummel. And we have Flat and Scruggs Greatest Hits. That is $14.99. Thomas Dolby, The Golden Age of Wireless, $24.99. Now, I think John was telling me, what year is this? 1983. Maybe it's a later album, but he was saying, John's that works here, he's also an 8-track collector. He was telling me some of the rarest 8-tracks earlier when he was leaving. And there is a Thomas Dolby 8-track, I guess it's one of his late 80s albums, that is quite expensive. If y'all don't realize it, the rarest and most valuable 8-tracks are the ones from the late 80s. Because there were very few made. They were really only record club submitted. You know, mail, they really wasn't sold in retail stores. So, let's see here. Eddie Pasir first on Flat and Scruggs. This is a really nice copy, by the way. I think it's, yeah, it's like near mint. That's sold to Eddie Pasir. Next is Celebrity Deathmatch. What's up with the album? Chad, I sold that to you. I sold that to you for $45. We've already got you tagged for it. Condition on Cannonball. The cover is about a VG Plus. It does have some spine chipping. That might be pretty close to VG because of that. Someone wrote on it. It says, jazz like he was the fellow invented it. They left out the word who. And the vinyl, though, the important part, this is really nice. This is near mint minus. Yeah, this is really nice LP. $19.99. Three Dog Night. That was Hard Labor. Hard Labor was $19.99, Bob. Let me bring that up front. All right, let me go back through that crate. If anybody missed those, this is all new vintage arrival. Can you show the Chuck Berry again? I can. Let's kind of examine this one. Really nice cover. Nice spine. No writing. It's a tip-on jacket, it appears. This is probably the original inner sleeve. No company markings or anything. And yeah, this vinyl, for what this is, now these old chess records, a lot of these 50s, early 60s records, you know, sometimes new from the factory, sealed, or I don't know if this would even, a lot of these didn't even come sealed. You know, a lot of them had marks on them straight from the factory, but this one's really nice. I mean, no feelers, obviously, but that's a really nice copy. That is $129.99. Chuck Berry rocking at the hops. But I'm going to go back through these, and I'm going to read titles. If you want prices, let me know. The first time I realized late 80s 8-tracks was available or was pricey, I had Kiss Animalize. Yeah, I had Kiss Animalize on an 8-track, and when I posted it on eBay, it like blew up. Just bids, comment, or questions. People want me to end it early, and I ended it way too early. And I think I sold it for $300, and a lot of people told me that was way too cheap, because I know we got a lot of Kiss fans. I think Animalize came out in 87. That would be pretty rare on 8-track. I think it's probably at least worth $5, but I'm not for sure. Mike Vandergist said he will take it. Charlie DeFrank, I'm trying to keep all these sticker price right now. You said $15 for Cannonball, plus someone else has asked about it. I'm going to keep that at $19.99 for right now. Let me read through these. Moody Blues. We have Frank Virtue. If you want prices, let me know. Johnny Horton's Greatest Hits. Ball Bird. Rodney Crowell. Tom Sawyer, musical adaptation. Lena Lovitch, I think Craig said. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Madonna. Sting. The Ray Beats. Moody Blues. Mariah Carey. Dave Brubeck. Jerry Lee Lewis. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Jerry Lee Lewis. Moody Blues. Frank Sinatra. Kenny Rogers. Neil Diamond. Tony Joe White. Chet Atkins. Martin Denny. 20 Great Country Hits. That's sealed K-Tel. Best of Jerry Lee Lewis, Volume 2. Janie C. Riley. Charlie Rich. Thomas Dolby. Three Dog Night. And Cannonball Adderley. Now, Stereo asked about this earlier, and he said he will take it. So, Charlie, Stereo asked about that. He says he's going to go ahead and take it. Animalize is 84. It may have been one later than that. I know Lick It Up was before Animalize, but I'm pretty sure I had a Kiss 8-track from 1987, because pretty much the last 8-track they ever manufactured was Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, which I think was 1988. Not too, pretty difficult to find. Tom Steyer on Madonna. Tom Steyer on Madonna. Susie Breedlove on Country Hits. Where is that at? Country Hits. Right here. Is the Thomas Dolby the reissue of Blinded by Science? Let's see here. I don't know if that track's on here or not. Yes, the first track. She blinded me with silence. I didn't even mention that. So it's Science the first time. Sherry Darnell on the Neil Diamond. That's right here. Burt Jordan wants Neil Diamond and K-Tel. Susie was already first to that one. Crazy Nights was in 87. Maybe that's the one I had. I think that was the 8-track I had. That's why it was so rare. Clubstone 1. I thought that was a claim. That's RIPCM. Rest in peace, Christine McVie. And Arm Lazelle said take it, and he asked about Thomas Dolby. Okay, maybe we need to go through that crate again. Now, I will let y'all vote. I've got 2 more crates of new arrivals. We're probably going to be live for about 45 more minutes. So we got plenty of time. But we can do a crate of on sale, or we can go through new arrivals. I'll kind of let y'all decide in the comments. What do we got? 112 people watching. So, Three Dog Night is $19.99. I'll go through a crate of new arrivals, or I can go pick out a crate in the back, and we'll do some buy it now, best offer on sale. So I'll have to keep up with this. I think there is a way I can post a live poll on Facebook, but YouTube people wouldn't be able to bid. Let's see. So we have on sale, new, On sale, new. Bert Jordan said good night. One of each on sale. Buy it now, best offer. Let me go grab. Yeah, I guess we probably have time for at least both. I was just going to see what we needed to do next. We probably have time for both. New, on sale, on sale. Let me go try to find a good on sale crate. It looks like on sale's winning, but I don't know. There's a lot of new comments. What do you think, Addison? New or on sale? Addison said new. We're going to go. Can y'all hear me? I'm back here out of breath. They're on sale for a reason. Not always. All right, that's new arrivals. Let me keep those with the new arrivals so I can go back through them. All righty. What do we have here? Yeah, let's go through this crate. So we have a buy it now best offer crate. Y'all know how this one works. And I said tonight we're probably going to stop at 9:30. We almost didn't have a show because I've got to do some serious online listing. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get posted on eBay because they run on 7-day auctions. Not records, but other stuff we deal in. Probably going to work on that as soon as the show is over. And plus, we're probably going to have a long, lengthy show tomorrow. And so just one segment tonight. We'll stop around 9:30. So I'm trying to get as much done as we can. Did I miss any other comments? I don't think so. Okay. So these are buy it now, best offer. Planet P, $19.99. Planet P, $19.99. Self-titled. Whole bid, $50. That will probably buy you the first 3 records. Golden Goodies Volume 15, $9.99. The Holly's Greatest Hits, $19.99. These are from September too. So that tells me these are also from the Pennsylvania collection. The butcher cover is sold tomorrow. A lot of people's probably sitting the post I made today thinking all that was selling tonight. The butcher cover is tomorrow night. Doo-Wop Gold, Volume 1, $12.99. Let me show that right quick. So I posted this. A lot of people see the post, and we have so many people that assume it's being sold tonight, which is understandable. I usually only post the day of what we're selling, but when I have a lot of high-end stuff, I try to get it out where we can get it out in time. Where are we at? Right here. So yeah, here's some stuff that's going to be sold tomorrow. Of course, the butcher cover. And then here's some Japanese pressings. We have Tears for Fears, Pink Floyd, Ozzy, Queen, U2, Judas Priest, Bon Jovi, Kiss Kiss, Rat, Zeppelin, Kiss, Dokken, Scorpions, Pink Floyd, REM. Those are all Japanese pressings. Velvet Underground, Boston, Miles Davis, Eagles, David Bowie, Runaways, Elton John, AC/DC, Billy Joel, Sade, Michael Jackson, Dokken, U2. Then I'm going to have some autograph. A lot of the autograph stuff I'm going to have as surprises. Of course, y'all know we're going to do Peter Frampton. This Decline of Western Civilization, it's autographed by a bunch of people, including the inner sleeve. And then we're getting 150 more copies of Warrant Cherry Pie in tomorrow, Badlands, and of course, the butcher cover, Third State butcher cover. That's all going to be tomorrow night. That starts at 7 o'clock. That's going to be some... About everything on there, by the way, there's a lot of people that's messaged and said how much. If I've posted something like this, it's going to be auctioned. So you don't have to worry about, I mean, except Warrant, of course, but everything there is going to be auctioned. And it could be auctioned anywhere between 7 o'clock and, 10:30. So, where did we get to? Yeah, butcher cut. I think I'm going to actually tell a time on that. We'll probably start that at 8 o'clock Central Time. So everybody will know and can tune in that want to bid. 8 o'clock Central Time on that. Roy Orbison, Mystery Girl. This is $19.99. $29.99. Roy Orbison, In Dreams, The Greatest Hits. That's $29.99. Outlaws, Playing to Win. Let me move my camera a little closer. Outlaws, Playing to Win. That is $19.99. The Other Side, Rock Crossing, maybe. $14.99. Roy Orbison sings Don Gibson. That is $24.99 in shrink wrap. Season of Glass, Yoko Ono, $24.99. Family Anyway, that is $19.99. Marian Faithful, $9.99. Greatest Hits of the Outlaws, $24.99. Rick Derringer, Face to Face, $19.99. Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam, Head to Toe, that is $14.99. The New Colony 6, Attacking a Straw Man, that is a 1969 Canadian pressing, $29.99. And Ringo Starr, Bad Boy. That's a white label promo. Has the promo stamp on the back too. $29.99 for Ringo. And Snafu, also $19.99. Let me pull my Restream chat back up over here. I'm also getting all kinds of crazy notifications on Facebook. Let me clear those off. Okay. Wyatt is in at 25 on Roy Orbison. That is sold. This is a really nice copy too. That's like pristine. Sell that to Wyatt for $25. So if you see anything in here, it's a buy it now or best offer. Stories is $19.99. Stone the Crows, $39.99. The Jan and Dean Story, $14.99. Ringo's Rotogravure, I think that's a sealed copy. It is $39.99. Yachts is $14.99. The Crystal Mansion, $24.99. Fog Hat Zigzag Walk is $14.99. And Ravi Shankar Live at the Monterey Pop Festival, $19.99. Let's see here. Let me... I got a couple auctions I don't think we maybe showed late last night. Maybe just a couple more, which was Survivor and Wings Over America. I will show those. Does Lisa have Let the Beat Hit 'Em? Let's see on this. This is a 12-inch single. Head to toe, heads, toes, and feet, and you'll never change. That's what's on that one. Susie Breedlove on Stories. Susie Breedlove on Stories. And here's our other two Japanese auctions. I showed this last night. Really impressive set, for especially for the condition. Triple LP, Wings Over America. It has the original inner sleeves, a poster, and a book. Maybe something else. That was a $45 start. Wings Over America. And Survivor was a $45 start. Survivor, Eye of the Tiger with the Rocky Obi. Those are $45 starts. Greg Preston said Fog Hat, $10. Let me, what did I have on that? Yes, I will say that for $10. Sell that to Greg Preston for $10. Dave Mason, Alone Together. This is $39.99. This is the splatter vinyl. This is, we had one of these the other night. That is the splatter vinyl. That is $39.99. Buy it now, best offer. We put it in a sleeve. I don't think it originally had a sleeve. It just was like tucked in there. But pop-up cover. "10 Years After," 10-Wheel Drive with Gina Raven. That is $19.99. The Guess Who, So Long Bannatyne. That is $17.99 EX. We have Debbie Harry Cuckoo. That was sealed, $39.99. And George Harrison Somewhere in England is sealed, $44.99. Greg Preston, Wayne, Dave Mason, $30. We'll sell that to Wayne for $30. George Harrison, that is his self-titled album. It's also sealed, $44.99. Wheatfield Soul, The Guess Who, is $29.99. The Guess Who, The Way They Were, $19.99. Unreleased recordings. Timothy, The Buoys, $19.99. The Best of Dr. Hook and The Medicine Show, $19.99. Best of Dr. Hook and The Medicine Show. There's a lot of records in this crate. Now it's time for me to move the camera back a little bit. There's a lot. They're really tucked in here. Axe, $29.99. That's self-titled, 1979. We're thinning it out, though, little by little. That goes right there. There's Dr. Hook. Holly Super Hits, Volume 2. Holly Super Hits, Volume 2. That's a New Zealand pressing, $19.99. I've already showed Dr. Hook. The Honey Drippers is $24.99. Chicago 13. Chicago 13 is $9.99, and Chicago 16 is $9.99. Mary Hopkin, Those Were the Days, 1972 Apple pressing, $19.99. Charlie DeFrank said 15 for Crystal Mansion. Go ahead and sell that to Charlie DeFrank. And the Buoys was, I think this is going to be really nice. It has a very small clip corner. I think this one opens weird. Yeah, it's one of these flip open. I don't know if I've ever looked at it. We're about to find out, though. Scepter Records. Somebody had $25 written on the inner sleeve. This is EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Really nice copy. Those take a little longer. It's like 3 extra steps to get into it. $19.99 on that. Iron Butterfly in Agata Davida. $19.99. Several people wanted this the other night, or last night, out of the new arrival bin. There's another one. Buddy Holly, For the First Time Anywhere. $19.99. Buddy Holly Lives is $19.99. James Taylor Flag is $9.99. And Gordon Lightfoot, $19.99. Tim Holloway, next is Tim Holloway, Chicago 13. That's sold to Tim Holloway. Y'all ship Billy Strings pre-orders. If you haven't got a tracking number, then it hasn't shipped yet. If you do have a tracking number in your inbox, then you've got it, or it's on its way. Jesse said he would give 15 for Timothy. Sell that to Jesse for 15. Steve Hackett, Defector, $19.99. Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free, $14.99. Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley is $19.99. Stephen Stills Live is $19.99. And Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town, $14.99. Al Cooper, You Never Know Who Your Friends Are, is $24.99. I tried to get the word out, but just an update for anybody else that may not see every post we make, which I just assume everybody does, but it's impossible. Because of Thanksgiving last week, we basically missed 2 days of shipping. And Thursdays and Fridays is when we get the most packages out. So that immediately put us behind. Doug's been working late. He's been leaving every day. Well, he's left these first 3 days of the week at like 7:30. So he's been working at least. Well, and then on top of that, there's a whole new week of stuff that came in. We had a huge week for Black Friday and the week of Thanksgiving. So, yeah, we have hundreds of packages we're shipping throughout the week, every week. It's a never-ending cycle. So a couple days gets us behind. It really puts us in a hole, but we're almost caught up. He's getting there. He does a great job. Al Cooper, I Stand Alone. Al Cooper is $24.99. Kenny Loggins, Sitting In, is $9.99. Linda Ronstadt, What's New, is $9.99. The Electric Prunes, I Had Too Much to Dream last night. This is a lower grade copy. It's a VG. It is an OG. It's an OG VG. That is $19.99. Buddy Holly bundle, $30. Let me see which two was in here. Buddy Holly bundle. I know there was this one and this one. We're going to sell both of those to Tim for $30. McCartney is a VG copy for $19.99. Jimmy Smith, any number can win. Jimmy Smith is a VG Plus for $19.99. Blood Rock 3 is a VG Plus for $14.99. We Are the Honeycombs. That is EX $27.99. Jackie Wilson, Shake a Hand. That is Jackie Wilson and Linda Hopkins. In shrink wrap, VG Plus vinyl, $19.99. Steve Winwood, Talking Back to the Night. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Ron Wood and Ronnie Lane, Mahoney's Last Stand, a VG copy for $9.99. Jay Giles' Sanctuary, $19.99. The Best of the James Gang, $19.99. MCA pressing, that is near mint. Blood Rock 3 tracks, give me one moment on that. Rod Stewart, Gasoline, Alley for 10. Is that the one that was VG? Clay, let me see how nice this one is. Pretty nice. Clay, I was about to say 15. I'll sell that to you for $12. Let me know if that's okay. And then we have Jackie Wilson for 15. I think I had, let's see. Yeah, I'll do that. Sell that to Chandler for 15. Sell that to Chandler Harris. Craig posted the tracks for Blood Rock 3, Alvin. Just let me know if you want to buy that or make an offer. And Claymore said sold. That was $12 on Rod Stewart. Gray Slick, The Great Society, $34.99. The Best of Spirit is $19.99. The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, In the Beginning, circa 1960, $29.99. The Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute, is $14.99. Harry Nilsson, A Little Touch of Schmilson in the Night, $19.99. Ale, I think this is the Godly and Cream. It is $19.99. Ale. We had one of those the other night. And Big Country, The Crossing. How has nobody bought this? EX $19.99. EX $19.99. You missed my Ron Wood $5. I'll sell that to you for $7. That's 30% off. Original motion picture soundtrack. Original press, Atco. Ron Wood. Alan says he passes on Blood Rock. Let me know on that, Carol. So, let me read through titles on that one more time. And if you see anything you want, just let me know. There's a lot of records still left in here. Everything is bought now. Best offer. Sold, $7, Ron Wood. As you see, a lot of stuff is being discounted 30%, 40%. We had a couple 50% offs in there. So, don't let the prices distract you from obtaining the records. Doo-Wop Gold, Planet P, Golden Oldies, Golden Goodies, Volume 15. The Hollies' Greatest Hits, that's an essential. Roy Orbison's Greatest Hits. Outlaws, The Other Side, Roy Orbison. Yoko Ono, Family, Anyway, Marian Faithfull, The Greatest Hits of the Outlaws, Rick Derringer, Lisa, and Cult Jam. New Colony 6, Ringo Starr, Snafu, Stone the Crows, The Jan and Dean Story, Ringo Starr, Yachts, Ravi Shankar, 10 Years After. Wayne said 12 on Big Country. Sell that to Wayne for $12. 10 Years After, 10-Wheel Drive of Gina Raven, The Guess Who, Debbie Harry, George Harrison, and George Harrison. The two George Harrisons and Debbie Harry, all sealed. Do you have Wish You Were Here in stock? New LP, yes. Yes. It's been a while since I've shown those. Give me 1 second. I'll bring one over here. The Guess Who, Axe, The Hollies, Dr. Hook, The Honey Drippers, Chicago, Mary Hopkin, Iron Butterfly, James Taylor, Gordon Lightfoot, Steve Hackett, Rod Stewart, Stephen Stills, Rod Stewart, Al Cooper, Kenny Loggins, Linda Ronstadt, The Electric Prunes, Paul McCartney, Jimmy Smith, Blood Rock 3. We got 2/3 of the Beatles in there. Let me grab Wish You Were Here. Yeah, I keep these in stock. I've got a bunch of them. They're getting low, though, and I can't order them right now. So that tells me it's always around Christmas time. These become very crazy priced. I don't know if people start buying them up for gifts, which is, you know, Pink Floyd albums. If somebody's getting a record player, there's probably no telling how many people across America Christmas morning are going to be getting Crosley record players. And they're going to be buying all the Zeppelin albums, the Beatles, and the Pink Floyds, and the Queens, and all the new pop and country stuff on vinyl. So all this stuff gets bought up, and it starts going way up until they can finally press more. But this is $34.99. This is the remastered Wish You Were Here. If you're wondering why it looks like this is how it was originally packaged. It came in a black, almost like black shrink wrap with the sticker on the front. But if you're unfamiliar, that's the cover with the two guys shaking hands and one of them's on fire. That's the same album. This is a remastered. This sounds phenomenal. There's better sounding versions, audiophile, you know, $100 plus cut. For $35, this is about the best value out there, probably in Pink Floyd's catalog. That's sold to Wyatt. That's sold to Wyatt Akins. Greg, I've got you down for a Sugar Ray. Tanner just tagged you for it. I've got one left if anybody wants those. Next is how much is Steve Hackett? Let me find that. Steve Hackett. I remember reading that right here. Steve Hackett Defector is $19.99. Debbie Blair said Mary Hopkin. It was $19.99. Mary Hopkin was $19.99. 10 for the Rick Derringer. Let me find that for a second. 10 for Rick Derringer. Let's see. This one here. Let's see. What did we get to? Bob McKinney. Yeah, sell that to Bob McKinney for $10. The Yachts record was right back here. I think I've been skipping the title because the hop sticker is covering it up. So let me get to that. Where are you, Yachts? Yachts Without Radar in shrink wrap. That is $14.99. Let me figure out what else I've missed here. Mary Hopkin, 10. Yachts Records. Both RS best offer. What was RS? Usually Rolling Stones, but I don't recall saying the Rolling Stones too much in here. Let me know what RS was, Marco. What's that? Yeah, yeah, there is 2 Ringos in here, I think. Debbie Blair said 14 for Mary Hopkin. Let's sell that to Debbie. Let me find Mary Hopkin first. That's something I've already... Right here. That's sold to Debbie Blair, $14. Oh, it was Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart. Have you done the high-end bin lately? Not really. We have 4 high-end bins now. So we've went through everything. We've went through all of our crates and pulled all of the stuff out. So, yeah, we've got 4 high-end bins now. The night we do that, it's probably going to have to be a whole segment dedicated to it because we now have 4 high-end crates. Everything $50 and up. Marco, I will sell you both of those for $20. That's $10 off. I think I got to maybe Blood Rock, Jimmy Smith, Blood Rock, the Honeycomb, Steve Winwood, Jay Giles, Joe Walsh, Gray Slick, The Best of Spirit, the Beatles, the Doobie Brothers, Harry Nilsson, and Godley and Cream. Marco said sold. $19.99 for both Hollies. I don't know about that. That hurts my soul. It's like buy one, get one free. $20 for both of those. Susie, I will do, let's see, 15. Let me see what pressing this is. I have a feeling it's a... I will sell both of those for $30. I'll see both of those for $30. That's Ollie's Greatest Hits and Super Hits Volume 2, which that's not really the true companion to that. But yeah, most of these songs aren't on the other ones. So $10 on Steve Hackett. Let me find that. $10 on Steve Hackett. Sell that to Floyd Furman and sell those two to Susie for $30. Okay, now, if there's nothing else in there, I'm going to grab a crate of new stuff to show. Let me go over here and get to it right quick. Let's see what we have. Wow, that's an interesting looking record. That's another interesting looking record. Interesting as in something I didn't know we have that's extremely desirable. Yeah, we're definitely going to go through this crate. See if any other comments came in. Sop with Camel. It was orange looking with something blue on the front. I don't remember the title either. Whatever one is orange looking, that's blue. I think Marco said okay on the rods. Yes, I got them down for those. I got them down for those. All right, let's go through this crate. There's a couple. There's a $175 record in here that I didn't know we had, so just FYI, get ready for that one. It probably will sell. I don't know. Winston Marsalis, Hot House Flowers, that is $14.99. Rod Stewart, Atlantic Crossing, that is $14.99. These are all new arrivals. Baker Guitar Army. Excuse me. That's not guitar. It's Gervitz. It looks like guitar on the cover. That's a interesting. Is that a Ginger Baker? Yes, Ginger Baker from Cream. $19.99 on that. Red Holloway, Red Soul, $19.99. So we're changing it up a little bit. This is all new arrivals, so these are all sticker price. New arrivals here. Waylon Jennings, this time, $44.99. The Eagles, Desperado, $34.99. The Eagles, One of These Nights, $34.99. The Eagles, Their Greatest Hits, $34.99. Night Watch, Kenny Loggins, is $9.99. Don McLean, Tapestry. Excuse me. That's $9.99. The Eagles, The Long Run, is $19.99. And Electric Light Orchestra, Discovery. That is a gold stamp promo, $19.99. Greg Preston wants the Eagles. That was the Eagles' greatest hit. Sell that to Greg Preston. Jackson Brown, Lives in the Balance, is $14.99. Yes, The Rhythm of Love. I don't know if I've ever seen this one. It's a 12-inch single. It's almost so nice. It looks like a brand new, it looks like something by a new artist. It's so nice. That is $14.99. We have Susie on ELO and R.M. Lazelle on Yes. Red Soul Price. Where was that at? Red Holloway, Red Soul. That is $19.99. It's a 1973 pressing. 1973 pressing. Eddie Money, Life for the Taking. This is a white label promo, $19.99. White label promo, $19.99. Encore of the Golden Hits, The Platters, is $9.99. The Story of the Littlest Outlaw is $19.99. Stan Getz and Gilberto No. 2, $49.99. Sinatra, A Man Alone, The Words and Music of McEwen. That is $14.99. The Box Top Super Hits, $19.99. It's Mashed Potato Time, D.D. Sharp, $12.99. How Great Thou Art, Elvis Presley, $9.99. The Eagles, that's their self-titled first album, $34.99. Genesis, Three Sides Live, $34.99. Bruce Springsteen, that's the live box set, $49.99. 5 LPs with the book. Another Lena Lovitch, No Man's Land, $14.99. Hair, original motion picture soundtrack, 1999. The greatest names in country music in 28 great hits. Columbia Record Club exclusive. That's pretty cool. That is 1999. A salute to, wow, this is music from the classics Humphrey Bogart films. The MGM Singin' Strings Sing. A salute to Bogey. 1999. Tribute to Humphrey Bogart, or music from his classic films. Waylon Jennings, $24.99. The Outlaws is $24.99. Waylon Jennings, It's Only Rock and Roll, $24.99. And this next record is $174.99. And that is Garth Brooks. That is his first debut LP. He looks like he's 12 years old. $174.99 on Garth Brooks. The Beatles' Love Songs is $44.99. Bambi is $24.99. Pink Floyd live in New York City, 1977. Never seen that. That's $34.99. Genesis, Tonight is $19.99. Johnny Green and the Green Men, $14.99. And Jimmy Cliff Special. Jimmy Cliff is Avicii Plus, $19.99. Chad Eddie Money is $19.99. Everything in here is sticker price. Craig said, wow, I agree. I didn't know we had that back there. That must have been a find. John must have found that randomly back there in some box. Arm Lazelle, first to Pink Floyd. And Susie was second. And there's the track list for Garth Brooks. So this has a punch hole up here on the cover, which I've seen that quite often on these. Original inner sleeve, which is the inner sleeve that came with it with lyrics. And this is a near mint pressing. That probably came from a box of Fred Goodwin stuff, I'm assuming. Maybe out of his garage. John's been going through some of those. So y'all got to think, we hadn't even been really talking. We've talked about Atlanta collection. We've talked about Memphis collection. We hadn't even really talked about what we bought from Fred. We bought an entire garage full of records, and they've we kind of go through them little by little. So we don't mention that enough. And he still has a house full, and we still got, what, 10 or 2 more trailer fulls to get? Probably. We probably got 2 more trailer fulls of stuff to get from Fred's garage. We just don't have anywhere to put it. Literally. We'd have to start stacking it up here in the aisles in the store. So. All right. I think we have time to go through the last crate of new arrivals, which those will be sticker price. Guy Goodman, are you asking about a Hollies record in here you've seen? Actually, I didn't read through those titles. Let me do that one more time. We have Garth Brooks, Jimmy Cliff, Johnny Green and the Green Men, Genesis, Bambi, Beatles, Waylon, Humphrey Bogart, music from his classic films, The Country Comp, Hair, Lena Lovitch, Bruce Springsteen, Jeff McMaster wants Bambi. I was waiting for somebody to buy that. Last night I could have showed that in that other Disney crate, and y'all would have fought over it. Genesis, Eagles, Elvis, D.D. Sharp, Box Top, Sinatra, Stan Getz, The Littlest Outlaw, that's a Disney record. The Platters, Eddie Money, that's a promo copy, white label promo. Yeah, white label promo, has a promo stamp on it as well. Red Holloway, Jackson Brown, the Eagles, Don McLean, Kenny Loggins, Eagles, Waylon, Ginger Baker, Rod Stewart, and Winston Marsalis. All right, let me grab the next crate of new arrivals. Let me see what's in them right quick, see if there's any other surprises. Ooh, okay. I see some stuff I wasn't expecting in here either. This is an interesting crate, for sure. All right. We have a lot of artists in here that's... we have a lot of artists in here where they're all grouped together. Tracks on Country Comp. I don't know if I got the energy in me to read them all off, but I will give you a sample of some of the stuff that's in there. When I say energy, I mean the oxygen. This is called, if you want to look it up, Country Gold, which there's probably 500 compilations that say Country Gold. But it's David Houston, Tammy Wynette, Jimmy Dean, George Moore. It's on Columbia, so probably Columbia artists. Hawkshaw Hawkins, Johnny Bond, Johnny Cash, Marty Robbins, Freddie Hart, Norma Jean, Statler Brothers, Bobby Lord. I think they're all different artists. I think that's all 28 different artists on there. Garth Brooks is not a club. Let me check. This is a US OG from 1989. Plus, it's got a punch hole, which also leads me to believe it's a US OG. Hey, there's the tracks. Thank you, Craig. I was hoping Craig would look that up. He always does it as a volunteer. I never ask him to, but I'm very grateful he does it. Garth is $174.99. Taylor Dane, Prove Your Love, $14.99. That's a 12-inch single. Taylor Dane, Tell It to My Heart. That's $14.99. Elton John, Wrap Her Up. That is $14.99. Samantha Fox, Touch Me, $19.99. Scott Henderson and Something Tech, Tribal Tech maybe, Dr. He with 2 E's. That is sealed, $29.99. Live at Abbey Road Studios, Def Leppard. Wow, that is sealed, $17.99. It's only got a few songs on it. Come On, Come On, Rock On, and Rock It. Def Leppard is $17.99. That's what it originally cost for Record Store Day, or wherever this was sold. This wasn't Record Store Day. Oh, it's still sealed. That's sold to R.M. Lozelle. No problem, David. Thank you. Sometimes on those long compilations, I don't like to read the tracks. I leave it up for our mighty Craig to share the track list, and it's I've had some things before. It's like 42 of today's greatest hits, and someone's like, "Can you read the tracks on that?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, let me get an oxygen tank first, right, Tanner?" By the time I'm done, I'll pass out. Kool and the Gang, Emergency. That is $14.99. So 3 people on Def Leppard. R.M. Lozelle was first. Mary Poppins, Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. That is $19.99. La Isla Bonita. We sold one of these last night. That's a Madonna EP or single, $29.99. Kool and the Gang, In the Heart is $14.99. Madonna, Live to Tease. Is that what that says? Live to Tell. $19.99. Ooh, Bob Marley. This is sealed. This is $34.99. The Legend, Best of Bob Marley. I think this is a newer. Well, I don't know. They have made so many different ones of these. It's really hard to tell, even if you scan the barcode, I think. That is a sealed $34.99. The Guitar World, according to Frank Zappa, that was a Record Store Day as well. That is sealed $44.99. Gino Vanelli, Brother to Brother, is $9.99. Carlene, everything in here is sticker price right now. Keep that one simple. It was a Record Store Day, but wasn't a Record Store Day exclusive. Thank you, Patty. So it was released. It was a street date, but not a Record Store Day release. Gotcha. Yeah, they did that last week. There was a lot of new stuff that came out, but it necessarily wasn't a Record Store Day. Kool and the Gang, Emergency has Misled on it. Yes, it does. The Zappa was $44.99. Thank you for that note, Craig. Susie said she'll take this country comp. Sell that to Susie. The Ultimate Sinatra is $32.99. The Best of the Guess Who is $19.99. Peter Frampton. Okay, I think we're about to run into a batch of Peter Frampton albums. So if you decide you want any of these, please let me know exactly which title. We have Peter Frampton, Something's Happening, $19.99. I'm In You is $19.99. Self-titled, $19.99. And then we have Georgia Satellites, $34.99. Peter Frampton, we have Where I Should Be, That's $19.99. Foreigner Head Games, same thing with Foreigner. Lots of foreigners here. Something Foreigner Head Games is $19.99. Agent Provocateur is $19.99. And Foreigner Self-Titled, that's a German pressing, $24.99. Fog Hat, Girls to Chat, Boys to Bounce, $14.99. Foreigner Double Vision with Hop Sticker, that is $24.99. Night Shift Foreigner or Fog Hat, we got Foreigner and Fog Hat. Those are very confusing. $14.99. Fog Hat Live is $19.99. And Pink Floyd recorded for the BBC, $29.99. Pink Floyd, that's early Pink Floyd. Very early. I'd like to have some of those shirts. Very rare and expensive. Arm Lazelle wants Peter Frampton, Something's Happening. That's sold to Arm Lazelle. Next is Dakota. He takes Foreigner, Agent, I used to say Provocator. I found out that word is pronounced Provocateur. It also looks like Provocator, but Provocateur makes much more sense now that I understand what that is, what that title and relating to that record. Arm Lazelle takes Pink Floyd. Kevin Squires was second. Arm Lazelle was first on that. Never seen that exact cover and variant. Sting, Bring on the Night. Sting, $29.99. Bring on the Night. The Very Best of Bobby V is $9.99. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Street Fighter, $9.99. Songs of Christofferson. Chris Christofferson, $14.99. Fog Hat Boogie Motel is $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. Wanted, The Outlaws. Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Jesse Coulter, Tom Paul Glasser, $14.99. Tom Jones, I Who Have Nothing, $9.99. Peter and the Wolf is $29.99. Is this the one by... So, Manfred Mann, Gary Booker, Chris Spedding, Gary Moore. See if I recognize Phil Collins, Cozy Powell, Bill Bruford, Grandfather, Jack Lancaster Hunters, Alvin Lee. That's why this one is $29.99. And then David Bowie did a Peter and the Wolf, but this one has a lot of people on it, so that's interesting. Is Sting a full LP? Yes, Sting is I think it's a live show, isn't it? Yeah, it's a 2 LP complete. I think that's a live show, maybe. $29.99. Mike, if you pass on that, Arm Lazelle wants it. Street Fighter, can I see, please? Sure, let me find Street Fighter. That was Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Really nice looking cover. Gold stamp promo over the barcode. That appears to be the original inner sleeve. Nothing on it, though, and the vinyl is like new. That is $9.99. I have a feeling Sean's going to want that. Fog Hat was $14.99. We have most of the Fog Hat catalog in here. The only one I hadn't seen is their first album and Fool for the City, which are usually the two more difficult ones to find. Nat King Cole, 10th anniversary, $9.99. Heart, self-titled, is $19.99. Theonius Monk in Italy. This is a sealed 180-gram Vinyl Lovers DMM pressing, $29.99. The Gifted Ones, Dizzy Gillespie, Count Basie, Ray Brown, and Mickey Roker. That is $19.99. Fog Hat, Stone Blue, $14.99. Steve Hackett. I can't read that. Spectral Mornings, $24.99. Of course, it was written in cursive. Mia Willis on TM. That was Theonius Monk. That sold to Mia. Shane needs to put back the Cockatoo Twins. He already has it. Walt Cruz was next. We can change that. Yes, I have Fog Hat. I do have MoFi right here. If you're looking for Fool for the City, this is probably well worth it. $64.99. That's a new sealed MoFi pressing. I also have Foreigner MoFi, $49.99. For some reason, we don't get the OGs. Fleetwood Mac Penguin, $24.99. Fleetwood Mac Penguins, $24.99. Fleetwood Mac Tusk is $34.99. Fleetwood Mac Mystery to Me is $24.99. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, What's the Word, $19.99. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, Powerful Stuff, $19.99. Sinatra, $14.99. Count Basie meets Duke Ellington, $9.99. Prices on Tribal Tech and Steve Hackett. Gifted One label, and Kevin Squires wants Penguin. This is a Fleetwood Mac album we don't see too often. Penguin. See, this one has, that's a Christine McVie song there. Did You Ever Love Me? It has that very interesting, like Jamaican sounding instrument on it. I don't know what you call that, but if anybody knows what I'm talking about, very, very good. So that might be one of my favorites of hers. That is sold to Kevin Squires. Gifted One. Floyd, here's Steve Hackett. It's $24.99. And let me find where Gifted One was. So we still got Mystery to Me and Tusk. The Gifted One right here. This is $19.99. Pablo label. It's a foreign pressing, it looks like. It's a Philippines. It's a Philippines Pablo label. Not Pablo Cruz. And then that Floyd, the Tribal Tech was back here. Scott Henderson's and Tribal Tech, Dr. He. That is sealed for $29.99. Tawana, you were second on Penguin. Kevin had already claimed it. And Claymore wants Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. Boy, I'm going to tell you what. It is hard to sell a copy of Tusk. I think I've got probably 5 or 7 of them if I put them all together in all of our vintage bins. I can't remember the last time we sold one. Not a lot of love for Tusk out there. Any other Fleetwood Mac? Gone. Right, Tanner? Mm-hmm. Tusk? Not gone. Let me read back through these. Susie, that country comp was $19.99. Let me read through these one more time. If you want prices, let me know. These are all new arrivals. I'll do these sticker price. If you want a discount on them, probably wait about 4 months and they'll be discounted. But that also means they could be sold because I might show them again. So, you know, or you might not be watching that night. So, Taylor Dane, those are singles. Elton John was a single. Samantha Fox, Cool in the Gang, you sold Tusk to me last week. I stand corrected. I sold a copy of Tusk to Scott Sneed. Honestly, don't remember that. But it just seems like that's the one that's always left behind. I'll put it that way. If we have like 5 Fleetwood Mac albums, we can sell Tangle in the Night, Rumor, Self-Titled, Penguin, especially the early stuff. Mary Poppins, Madonna. Scott, I'll see this one too if you want another one. Cool in the Gang, Madonna, a couple singles in here. Bob Marley was sealed. Frank Zappa, Gino Vanelli, Ultimate Sinatra, The Guess Who, Peter Frampton, Georgia Satellites, Peter Frampton, Foreigner, lots of Foghat, Foreigner, and Frampton. John must have hit an F box. Foreigner, Foghat, the very best of Bobby V. So the guy's collection we bought in Memphis, he said the same thing about our records overall. He was like, I thought I had a bunch of hard-to-get records that I went to stores for years looking for. He said, but every time I get on your show, I'm like, dang, he's got that. He's like, I see records that I thought were rare. And I was like, yeah, well, we buy a lot, so we see a lot more. But a lot of people watch our shows, and they're like, man, I thought I had a lot of rare records, but evidently they're common. You have every Foreigner record almost every night. And I'm like, yeah, that's a common record. So somebody asked about Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and I don't think they wanted that. So I'm going to, unless I missed that, I'm putting Frankie Valli Street Fighter back in here. Next Play Records, Andy Mitchell said he will take the Pablo Gifted One. Let me find that for him. The Gifted One. That was that Philippines press. Sell that to Andy Mitchell. Debbie Blair wants the Foreigner with the Hot sticker. I'm surprised no one bought that. That's nice. Blue Morning, Blue Day, Double Vision, and Hot Blooded. With the Peaches. Original inner sleeve, and it's pristine. That's sold to Debbie Blair, $24.99. Christofferson, Foghat. The Outlaws, Tom Jones, Peter and the Wolf, Foghat, Nat King Cole, Hart, Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech, Foghat, Steve Hackett, there's Tusk, So Tusk has also got some pretty interesting packaging. Let me show it. There may be somebody who decides they need a copy. It's also hard to find sleeves for these because it's such a thick record. But this is $34.99. Tusk has some pretty interesting packaging. So there's like 2 sleeves. It's a 2 LP, by the way. And then those sleeves have an inner sleeve. And then there's the other inner sleeve. So they kind of match there, 4 and 4. It's got a lot of artwork on it. But yeah, this is a near mint copy, $34.99. That's a really nice one. Fleetwood Mac Tusk. Sarah's on here. I think that's probably the biggest hit. And of course, Tusk. Walk a Thin Line. I think that might be on one of their greatest hits. Sisters of the Moon, maybe. So, I know Sarah's a big song. Think About Me. I think that's on one of their hits compilations. So maybe, just go ahead and buy it. Now we won't ever talk bad about it again. The Zappa album. This is The Guitar World according to Frank Zappa. Record store day, first time on vinyl, limited pressing of 8,000. This is the 1987 guitar compilation by Frank Zappa, originally available on cassette only through Guitar World magazine. And Barfco Swill mail order. So this was originally only released on cassette through Guitar World magazine and some kind of mail order. And this is the first time it's ever been on vinyl. It's numbered on the back. It is $44.99. That was originally a record store day. Eric Fisher said, you know what, Chad? You've talked me into it. I'll take Fleetwood Mac Tusk. Now, we never can talk bad about it again. Wayne, if you pass on Zappa, Adam Stein wants it. That is new and sealed. That's from that Memphis. John told me today when he's leaving, he said, I found like 4 more boxes of Memphis stuff that I didn't know was back there. The lights in the back part of our store have been out, and we had 4 boxes of Memphis stuff in those white record storage boxes. And so he's like, I found some more sealed stuff. I said, that's good because I'll probably need it for tomorrow night. I think he found some Tool, and I found those again the other night. We still got some Tool Unofficials and some other metal records we hadn't got to yet. Wayne, that's $44.99 if you want it. If not, it looks like Adam does. Nobody wants Garth Brooks. It will probably be shown again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to... So the reason we have 4 high-end crates, I'm going to go through them tonight. I got a lot of like Zeppelin albums, US and now Japanese, Pink Floyd records. What else do I have? You know, this really big classic rock artist. I'm going to run some through the cleaner and put them in anti-statics, get them ultrasonically cleaned and kind of re-sleeved. They're already clean and sleeved, but I'm going to do it again. And we're going to auction off a bunch of like just killer classic rock. I don't know, I think we've got like 5 copies of Led Zeppelin 3. Just because we get that one more than any others. We're going to clean some. I'm going to work on that tonight. And tomorrow we're going to have a lot of auctions. Discounted high-end stuff, etc., etc. But Wayne said he'll take that. So Adam was second. Wayne takes that. If there'll be nothing else, we're going to stop there for the night. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to be working on stuff tonight. I got some pre-orders to post in the group. I probably will start our flip crates tonight. So look for that in the group. I may even have time to do one tonight before everybody goes to bed. I've been posting them at like 5 a.m. when I'm leaving here. So, but yeah. So tomorrow night, we'll be back selling again, 7 o'clock Central Time. If I've missed a comment, send us a message, or if you have any other questions. Debbie, I saw your question about that book bundle. Just send me a message. I don't know if you are still watching, Debbie. Send me a message on what you want, and I will bundle those books for you, okay? So, she just commented. Yeah, just send me a message or send the store page a message with which ones you want, and I will give you a killer price on those, okay? All right, thanks, everybody. And